they're going to be like, oh. All right, ready? Here we go. A growing chill is in the air tonight as we welcome the swiftly approaching nightfall. On a fall evening in mid-October, the Tundra will play host to one of Single A's most intriguing matches with a spot at the dinner table and the driver's seat to a playoff game up for grabs. Two long-standing foes face off on the gridiron tonight with just a few certainties. It will be physical, it will be monumental for the victor, and it will be a knockdown, drag-out fight for 4 quarters from the echo of the first to the last whistle. Fresh off a restful bye week and 2 weeks removed from a scare on the state line, the North Greene Huskies will look to take a firm grasp of the number 2 seed in Region 1 Single A tonight. A Huskies team that comes in tonight a little less battered and bruised as they have been in weeks past. They'll lean on a balanced offensive attack led by their terrific trio of playmakers, Darnell, Weems, and Johnson. But the task will be tall as the opposition welcomes in one of the toughest teams in the entire region. The Highlanders of Cloudland make the trek down Roan Mountain and will look to play spoiler tonight. The Highlanders don't shy away from what they are or what they've always been, and that is a physical, ground and pound outfit that will line up in the power eye and aim to run it down your throat every chance they get. Their goal for tonight, lean on that rushing attack, trade some paint, and try to get out of here in less than 2 hours. If the region stakes weren't high enough to pull you in, it's also a historic attire night in Baileyton, as the Huskies will don the all-white uniforms and deliver the school's first ever whiteout to its fans, also clad in white, also us here in the broadcast booth. But try telling that to Cloudland from Carter County. They just want to escape here with a win tonight. Top 3 region matchup on the line, Landers versus Huskies. It's North Greene Cloudland in the Tundra for the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Kickoff just 45 minutes away, full pregame coverage including coaches' interviews, player spotlights, and an in-depth look at tonight's matchup is all coming up next, right here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Green Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac. At Bachman Bernard, they go the extra mile to see you smile. By Tommie's Plumbing. If you got a leak, let Tommie take a peek. The Marathon Quick Stop Markets. Run in when you run out. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor. Gateway Ford Nissan. Buy local and save thousands at Gateway Ford Nissan. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day. Casper's Wrecker Service. Providing quick towing to East Tennessee since 1992. Open 24 hours a day. Tusculum Body Shop since 1963. Come see them for all your auto body needs. Main Brand Hair Company. Go experience the Main Brand difference. Food City. Value every day. The Terry Law Firm. The Terry Law Firm fights for you. Small town firm, big city know-how. Terry's Flooring. Add value to your home by seeing Popsy and his team. The 107 Tire Center, your neighborhood tire and auto experts. The IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Baileyton. 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, Greenville's first in-class laundromat. State Representative David Hawk, proud, unwavering conservative leadership. Baileyton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not a number. Heritage Community Bank, making a difference for their customers.
Hello and welcome back. A very joyful return to the Tundra tonight for the North Greene Huskies after a bye week, after a scare in Jellicoe, Tennessee, and much to the joy of the fans. The team clad in all white, first time in the program's history, wearing the all white uniforms, the white helmets after their preseason fundraising efforts. So that should be a fun storyline, as well as the North Greene faithful continue to file in. Joined by Derek Tarleton, our color analyst for the evening. Scott Anthony showing you our pictures for the night here on the Tundra. Derek, let's start with this. A lot of games going on today, a lot of teams in this mid-October bout, still with those bye weeks, but North Greene gets back to the action tonight, and a team that you just felt like needed that week, dealing with some injuries, but able to get some of those players healed, and should be in store for a huge matchup tonight.
Yeah, very much so. They definitely was able to rest early and here. I mean, it's a little bit mid-season form, but they needed the rest. They got the win. Like you said, it was a close win, but they got the win in region play. They got the rest they needed. So now they're looking to come out here and fire on all cylinders. You know that North Greene, even though it was a bye week, they didn't take time off. They was out here ready to focus, knew who their next opponent was because they knew their opponent wasn't just somebody to look over. I'm expecting a very hot and quick start here for the North Greene Huskies.
Well, you talk about bye weeks. Chucky Doak, one of those teams on the bye week this week, so an open date for the Black Knights. But across the county, some other teams getting in action, some getting in action much earlier than we usually see on a Friday. The South Greene Rebels had to travel to Concord Christian, first ever year for their football team in their school's history, and it was an afternoon tilt. Stadium still doesn't have lights, no press box, no concession stands, so they went to Concord Christian. We do have an update as that one went final about an hour ago. Your final from Concord Christian, it's Concord 49, South Greene 35. It puts an end to the Rebels' lofty win streak. And Derek, that's a surprising outcome to me. Concord, a first-year program, a Rebels team who's arguably one of the hottest in the entire region. What do you make of that matchup and that outcome with Concord winning that one 49-35?
That's a big victory for Concord. But on the South Greene side of things, you think about it, they had a lofty winning streak, so now my focus goes to the next week. You know South Greene's going to come out absolutely mad and ready to get the next win against Eagleton Academy. They got to put this loss behind them. Yeah, you was on a strong win streak. You got to put the win behind, or put the loss behind you, and focus on getting a win next week.
A couple of big matchups in the area. If I had to make a nickname for this Friday night slate, it would be underdog versus the top dogs. You look down this Friday night schedule, there are so many teams who are either undefeated or 1 or 2 loss teams against winless or 1 loss teams, or 1 win teams. It is just that David versus Goliath type of slate. Not so the case here tonight at the Tundra. This is really one of the 2 matchups in the entire region without that theme of the heavy hitter versus the underdog in the region. This is for a battle for second place in the region. But touching on some of those matchups going on around the region, a couple that catch my eye. Of course, Cherokee traveling to Davy Crockett, a Crockett program, looking to get back on track. Of course, West Greene travels to Happy Valley. We'll touch on that in a few as well. Cloudland North Greene, I think, takes the cake for me. But, hey, Tennessee High traveling to Sevier County. Sevier County off of their first loss of the season against Grace Christian. You also have an important matchup here in this very region with Cosby traveling to Sunbright, and then Greenville Volunteer, who we're also going to talk about a little bit later on. But not a ton of interesting matchups. Derek, I don't know about your thoughts on this, but I think this one right here on a Friday night off Exit 36, it is the premier matchup in the northeast part of the state.
I agree, and that explains why we're here right now. This is the big game of the week, and I mean, honestly, second place in this region is huge for both programs. Just second and third place is a big difference in where you're going to travel to, who you're going to play. So definitely for both teams, they're wanting to get this second place bid to really control their own destiny. I don't like using that term, but that's what they're kind of doing here if they get the win, whichever team gets the win here tonight. But also, like you said, around the region, I'd watch out for a couple of upsets. These kind of weeks, there's always a couple of surprises happening now.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that driver's seat position, and it's something that victor of the Greenville Volunteer game is going to have to come to terms with after a win tonight. So we're going to jump into that matchup as well as all the other in-county matchups when we come back, and our Heritage Community Bank post a pregame show, continues right here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
Hello once again and welcome back from the Tundra. Whiteout on hand here tonight on a Friday night. Sun starting to set, the temperature starting to chill. Just immaculate vibes for a Friday night football game, and one that's very important in the ranks of Region 1 Single A, but some other important matchups across other regions, across other classifications as we continue into our Heritage Community Bank pregame show. We'll start with a less so important one because we know both of them are in the playoffs, but one that's important to us and near and dear to us because it is an in-county school. That's West Greene as they travel to Happy Valley in a Region 1 2A tilt. Now, we all know the story. West Greene struggling this season. 0-7 on the year. They're traveling to undefeated Happy Valley. We know it's a tough place to play as well up there on Warrior Hill. But listen, I think if you throw the records out the window, it's a West Greene team that has been a couple plays away from having a couple more wins on their resume this year. And I think that's another thing that Coach Evan Monroe would tell you as well, Derek. A team that we've seen a couple times, a West Greene team tonight that's trying to do the impossible, trying to shock the world, if you will, and go get a big upset on the road at Happy Valley.
Yeah, West Greene, their record doesn't look great, but they're not what their record shows. We've been to a couple of games for West Greene. Chucky Doak, they was down by a touchdown late, had a chance to tie it, just unfortunately fell down. South Greene, they kept it very interesting very late in that game. So West Greene, their record doesn't show what kind of football team they are. And this would be a Evan Monroe thing to do, to go out to Happy Valley undefeated, under the lights, the biggest underdog probably of the weekend, and come out there with a win. So West Greene, you're in the playoffs no matter what, so you're just building towards that. But I think it's a very interesting game we're going to have here tonight.
And there's some waves being made in the West Greene athletics, maybe in the middle school ranks, but still success. Their middle school volleyball team winning the state championship earlier this week. They're in the state tournament for the third time, and a huge congratulations to them. Volleyball in general, just making the waves across Greene County. We had South Greene, Chucky Doak punch their ticket to state. South Greene makes their 17th consecutive trip to Murfreesboro, while the Black Knights get their first ever trip to Murfreesboro. And I think those are both great stories, but volleyball has really been the story for us, at least the last 2 weeks. But a West Greene program looking to channel that success. Earlier this week, our Tyler Nichols had the chance to sit down and talk with Coach Monroe about getting those Buffaloes back on the success side in the football ranks. Here's what Coach Monroe had to say.
So you're traveling up to Elizabethton this Friday night to play Happy Valley in another Region 1 2A game. You've only played one so far. It's kind of weird being in a 14 conference now. Your 3 games kind of come on the back half of your schedule. You didn't get your first one until I think week 6 of the season against South Greene. Didn't go the way you wanted it to in that. So now you've got another opportunity to pick up a Region 1 2A win and improve your playoff seeding. So when you step on the field Friday night to play Happy Valley at 7 o'clock, what's it going to take?
You know, it's a region game, so that's really important for us. This game will determine whether we're on the road or at home for playoffs.
Correct.
If we go 2-1 in the conference, we can win this one and hopefully win one against Gap. Kind of looking ahead at our 2 region games. It's good enough for second, and that keeps us here. So it's an important game in that factor. You get a lower seeded team from over Region 2, which is a pretty tough region to begin with. So that's what we've got to stress is the importance of this is a region game. We've got to go play for 4 quarters, and we've got to go be successful in everything that we do. Happy Valley, you turn on the film, they're big, they're physical. They've got some guys that can run a little bit. They don't throw the ball very often. I think if they can beat you and never throw a pass, they will, yeah, and they want to, because not that they can't throw it, but tossing it to a kid and letting him run, a whole lot easier than trying to throw it downfield. So for them, they run a lot of toss sweep. They're under center wing T. They do have a few sets where they're in the shotgun and they've got a couple guys split out. But for the most part, it's under center wing T. They got a couple guys, there's some power I mixed in there, some unbalanced set, but they want to run the football. And I don't blame them. They're really good at it. They're big, they're fast. So defense has got to come play physical this week. Got to play lights out. Got to make some plays. Try to limit their big run plays. Make them try to drive length of the field. Make them make a mistake. Don't give up the explosive play. So they do run some counter and misdirection stuff, but it's nothing we've not seen. But they just run it really, really well. They're a disciplined football team. They don't beat themselves. They don't have a lot of penalties. You turn on film and you watch, and they don't. They rip and roll when they tackle. They don't tackle high. They just don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't make penalties. They don't have busted coverages, busted assignments. Defensively, they stay in a split 4, cover 3. They'll move some. If you go in something to make them adjust, they just kind of widen out a little bit. So we've got a chance this week to try to make them take advantage of their defense. Try to with some unbalanced sets and different things that we've got to do to try to be successful. But they're a really good football team, and they don't beat themselves.
Yeah, I'm bringing up the numbers too. I usually don't bring up numbers, but Happy Valley's always been one of the top teams in the region the last few years since we've started doing these interviews. And it's a little bit of a different Happy Valley team because usually I don't bring up numbers in interviews, but they're a team that they've been stuffing the stat sheets. They average 52 points per game on offense and only allow 8 on defense, so they're just allowing a touchdown a game, and they're 8-0 at this point. It's weird a team is 8-0 at this point, hasn't had their bye week yet, but Happy Valley's been rolling week after week after week, some wins over some high-quality opponents in Unicoi County and Hampton. So when you see things like that, what's kind of the message to the team whenever you're coaching a group of 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids who may see those numbers and may get a little frightened of it?
Before the bye week, we played GP, and we kind of had some of that mentality, and we saw the results of it. It wasn't pretty. It was an ugly game. We didn't play well, and so this week, you just say, guys, do you want to be another week like GP, or do we want to come play and try to make this a ball game? And that's what you have to preach to them. We're trying to put us in the best position to be successful. And if you don't want to play hard, I'll find somebody that will. And, that's a hard reality to tell a kid, but if you don't want to play, you get embarrassed when you're out there. If you don't want to play hard, you get embarrassed. So kids that are out there playing, I'm going to find 11 guys that want to bust their home and play hard. And if you don't want to play hard, well, go find some time on the pine. And that's a hard reality to say to a kid, but that's the reality of it. And so I think this week we tell them, guys, they're good.
But we see glimpses of good from us too. We just got to put it together for 4 quarters and make this thing a ball game. So, try to be real positive. Hopefully we're fresh and feeling good coming off a bye week, and we can kind of rock and roll from there.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect: games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected: low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Once again, we welcome you back here at the Tundra as we await opening kickoff between North Greene and Cloudland. Our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Kickoff now officially 25 minutes away. And as we await this opening kickoff in this important Region 1 single A tilt, we just heard from Coach Evan Monroe, Derek, on West Greene and their matchup tonight with a very powerful, a very dominant Happy Valley team. So has been the case. One of the few losses on South Greene's resume as well, coming they've yet to play, but they defeated a team earlier this season that I'd have to go look at their schedule real quick. But anyways, I digress. An important matchup all the same in Region 1 2A. West Greene automatically into the playoffs as that being a 4-team region, but still you want to go get your first win of the season. You just heard it from Coach Monroe about how tall of a task that would be, but I think a matchup that we were focusing on at the conclusion of last Friday night when Volunteer knocked off Chuckett 70-0 was two 6-1 teams going and facing off in Region 1 4A. That's Volunteer, that's Greenville, and that's an important matchup in Region 1 4A. Now, Greenville, Elizabethton, historically the two heavy hitters in that region, but Volunteers thrown their hat into the ring this year. They've already matched the program record for wins in a season. They did that last week. They set a new program record in points in a game with that 70 they put up at Chuckett. How impressed were you with that Volunteer team last week, and how difficult is it going to be for Greenville to test them and to try to knock them off tonight?
I was super impressed, and because they came out and they fired on all cylinders. They was passing game good, running game good, defensively, offensively. They controlled the line of scrimmage that whole game. There's no shot that Chuckett was going to get in the backfield or even get close to their quarterback, just because they was able to control the line of scrimmage so well. For Greenville, you look at that score line now, and even though Chuckett and Greenville are on two different levels in the sport, you still got to be worried about that, because Volunteer is going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, understanding, hey, we've not been the top dog in this region in recent memory, so now we have a shot to prove a point to not just Greenville, not just to our fans, but to the entire state, that we're the real deal and we're here for a reason. So that's a big thing for Volunteer, is can they come out and start hot? For Greenville, it's just getting there and take care of business. You was told the whole season that you needed to win this football game. I don't think anybody is saying anything different right now, so just get in there and take care of business.
And Hampton was that team that Happy Valley defeated large. It was a large deficit. It was 39-0. It was a shutout win. But listen, I remember a time where Greenville played all the county schools. They would come here to North Greene. They'd come to Lower Afton, and they'd play Chuckett. It'd be ugly. For the 2010s, those games that I'd go to, you had some lopsided victories. But I think at the end of the day, you still call Greene County home. Is there any bit of a, I don't want to call it like a get-back sort of feeling for that Greenville team? Like, do they see that number that Volunteer put up last week, and then as the Green Devils go on the road tonight, do you think that plays a factor? Do you think that motivates them to, hey, we got to get our brothers across the county, we got to get their back, we got to almost make up for that victory with a big win of our own?
I'll tell you this, they're not going to get 70 put up on them. They're going to come out and they're going to be ready, because I think if before the Chuckett Volunteer game, Greenville might have had a little bit of complacency, saying, look, we're going to win this game. We're just going to look forward to the next one. And Volunteer could have shocked them the way they played last week. So I think now they're coming in knowing that Volunteer is the real deal. They need to come in and take care of business. I think Greenville will come out with a game plan. Their coach is very well skilled, understanding what game plan to run. I think Greenville's going to go into Volunteer. Volunteer's going to have an edge because they are at home field. But I think Greenville's going to come in, understand business, and take care of it.
And Ron, Pat, and Richard having that call over on 99.5 WGRV, that Greenville Volunteer game. Two 6-1 teams, a very important matchup. We're going to hear from Coach Spradlin on what he thinks about that matchup as he squares off against a very hot, very prolific Volunteer offense.
So you go on the road for the final time this year in the regular season, if I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
You got the Volunteer Falcons this Friday night, a team that's very much improved as we've seen. They were winless last two seasons, are now 6-1 on the year after beating Chuckett this past Friday night in Greene County. So talk about what you expect from Volunteer on Friday night and how you anticipate them to come out.
You know, really talented football team. Like we kind of talked about, they hit the transfer portal pretty good and got some really quality players in there. Somebody told me they've got 8 to 10 transfers in there, and they're all making big contributions to their football team. But really explosive football team. Got a lot of talent at running back, 2 kids that really run hard, but it starts with their quarterback, and makes a lot of plays with his legs, and he's got a strong arm, and he's got some really talented receivers out there on the edge, and big offensive line, and they really play hard on defense, but present a good challenge for the Green Devils.
And then talk about their offense and defense a little bit more. I know you talked about their offense there a little bit and the talent that they have, but what are some things that you're going to have to stop on defense to be successful and keep them off the scoreboard?
You know, like I said, they're scoring a lot of points. You know, like I said, they scored 70 points last week. They've scored 50 points in one game, and you know, they've scored a lot of points. You know, scored 21 points, I think, against Elizabeth, and so they're scoring points against quality football teams. Do a good job in their offensive scheme, get the ball to the players that are open. Got a really good tight end I didn't mention as well that they get involved with. But the quarterback, like I said, he makes things happen with his legs and his arms, so you got to make sure you got guys responsible for him first and foremost, and you got to make sure we're staying in coverage. They do a great job on some RPOs. Hit a lot of touchdown passes off RPO, so it'll be a big challenge for us. You got to be able to play run and pass against them.
And then talk about their defense and what we can expect, because everybody knows about their offense and how many points they've scored there. I mean, they're coming off a game in which they set their school record for most points in a single game, but the defense is something that not a lot of people talk about, but we're not seeing them get blown out like they had in previous years. Now, obviously, with a 6-1 record, their defense is doing enough to hold their teams to a low margin, and their offense scores points in bunches. So what about their defense, and what can we expect from that?
You know, they're not giving up many points. You know, I think they've gave up 31 twice. But other than that, they're not giving up many points. Got one of the best defensive linemen in the area for sure, one of the top defensive linemen in the region. You know, he's hard to handle, making a lot of TFLs. I was reading an article that they had 2 of the top guys in the Tri-Cities for TFLs. So really explosive defense where they're sending some pressure and moving guys up front, and you know, they're playing real fast on defense and playing good in the coverage because, you know, like I said, people are not scoring many points on them, but really talented defense as well as offense. Really talented football team that's really excited, like you talked about. People being excited about Greenville football, you know, that makes a lot of difference. You know, kids are excited. I think those kids are hungry. You know, they went 2 years not won a football game. Then you're winning 6 games. It brings a lot of energy for your program. So those kids are excited, play really hard, a lot of excitement. So it'll be a big time challenge for us on Friday night.
Yeah, it'll be a big game for both teams because both teams are obviously in hunt for that Region 1 4A championship at the end of the year. You control your own destiny. They need a little bit of help. I think they would need to beat you and then have a little bit of help at the end of the year too, knowing that they lost to Elizabethton. But for them, they have more to lose than you all do in a way. So talk about playing a team like that that's still in contention, because the last few years, I don't think we've really had a situation like this. It came down to the end of the year with Elizabethton, maybe 2 years ago whenever you played Northview for the first time, and they were one of the top teams within the conference there in the hunt for it. But Volunteers in a situation right here where they can really get a leg up on the competition with a win over the Green Devils on Friday night. So talk about playing a team like that where their back's against the wall and they have more to lose than you all do.
Yeah, you know, they're going to play with nothing to lose for sure. You know, they got a big-time matchup against Cherokee next week, their big-time rival, which, you know, when we played Cherokee, we told our kids, you got to win it out to win this region. Cherokee, a really talented football team. We were able to come out and play good football against them. It's going to take that same effort against another really talented football team. And one thing I didn't mention, they're really good in special teams. You saw it on Friday night against Chucky Doak. They're doing onside kicks to start, 2 other onside kicks during the game. So, like you said, they're playing with nothing to lose. Don't matter who they're playing. Try to score points, run the thing up. So, big challenge for us on Friday night.
As always, too, going into the game, you've got 3 keys of the game that you need to carry out in order to get that win on the road at Volunteers. So this Friday night, what are they?
You know, the first one, how you going to respond after a week off? You know, a challenge the football team, how you going to respond after a loss. You know, that don't happen much with this group, and how were they going to respond, and they came out responded really well. It's going to take that same effort. How you going to respond after a week off? Are you going to be a little more energy, excitement? I think they will, but how are we going to respond? That's the first key, first and foremost. And secondly, how you going to can we continue to run the football against a good defense? This does multiple different things. We got to be able to win a line of scrimmage against a good, talented, you know, their D-line's big and physical, so it's going to be a good challenge for our offensive line. We've got to establish the running game against them to open up our passing game, you know. But I feel like, you know, we can throw the football against them, but we got to be able to run the football. And third one, it's going to come down to dang defense. How are we going to respond to the different RPOs, what the quarterback does? You know, they're moving their offensive line, pulling somebody every time. So it presents a big challenge for us defensively. We got to be able to respond, and, you know, got playmakers, you know, sevens, scoring a lot of touchdowns. They can do a lot of screen games, which makes it tough on a defense. So how are we going to respond defensively? It'll be a big key. And this one, you got to be good in special teams too. I got to make sure.
Especially with them, yeah.
You know, you got to be aware of them faking something. If they score a touchdown, they do the muddle huddle, swinging gate, whatever you want to call it, where they spread somebody out and all lined up different places. You saw that against Chucky Doak on Friday, but do a lot of different things. So you got to make sure you're prepared. And first and foremost, that's on me. We got to make sure we're prepared, and we'll have a good week of practice. And I feel like we've got a really good plan for our guys. Our guys are hungry and excited. They just got to come out and play a little football against a good football team.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
Coach, we got something new and shiny in front of us.
Oh, there is something new and shiny in front of us.
Let's talk about it.
Well, we got some special surprise for this week. We did really well in our fundraiser this year. So really want to thank all those supporters who supported us in our beginning of the year fundraiser. And also want them to know that we do purchase and buy stuff for our kids, and it's all spent on them. So we went out and bought these what are called game day skins, which are basically helmet covers, and they pop on top of the helmets, and they allow us to have different alternate color helmets. So they came in a couple weeks ago. Not enough time to put it on for our away game, so we put it on over the break, and so now we have an alternate white helmet. And kind of the cool part is you can kind of see underneath of it, the green is still underneath. So that's kind of the cool part about it, is we can go back between green and white helmets now. So we are going to be doing our first ever whiteout game Friday night. So 7 p.m. against Cloudland. I want the whole stadium white. Trying to tell everybody, all the student section to wear white, all the fans wear white shirts. We're going to be wearing white. Everybody's wearing white. So it'll be a fun environment.
No better time to debut it at home either, in a game against Cloudland. It's going to have a lot of Region 1 1A implications. And hey, no better time to do it than when you are once again the Bachman Bernard GSZ Game of the Week. Fantastic. Presented by Tommie's Plumbing. So hey, if you can't make it out to North Greene, throw on a white t-shirt and watch it from the couch. You can watch it on the Green Sports Zone Facebook and YouTube channel, along with the Radio Greenville Facebook.
And tell them to take a picture in front of the TV with their white shirt and post it in the comments.
There you go. Hey, we might even have a little feature next week. So if you don't go to the game, even if you go to the game, hey, snap a pic in your whiteout, send it to us. You can send it to any of the Green Sports Zone accounts on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Hey, email me. You go to my Twitter. I've got my email down in the bio. Email Tate. Tate will be so confused, but hey, I'll let him know. Hey, you might have some people sending you some whiteout pictures. So drop your whiteout picks to us. We'll do a little feature next week, and hopefully it's a success, and hopefully we talk about a win over Cloudland with the first whiteout edition of the North Greene Huskies.
That would be a fun time.
But let's talk about that game with Cloudland, too. It's another important game. I mean, just as important as last year's game. Last year's game led to you competing for your first ever Region 1 1A championship against Cosby in your 10th and final game of the year. And although the stakes aren't as high this time, the stakes are just as high because the same implications last year were that you were fighting for your first ever home playoff game. This year, you're doing the same and fighting for another home playoff game. So whenever you take on the Highlanders here at home again on Friday night, give us a little bit of insight on what we can expect.
Well, before we kind of get into that, just make sure, like, Cloudland is the barometer in Region 1.
They are. Honestly, in this side of Middle Tennessee with Class 1A.
They're the barometer, and whether or not I'm sure Cloudland fans over the last few years have been disappointed, but they are still the cream of the crop, the class of Region 1, and they have a great program. And anytime you play them, it doesn't matter what their record is. They are the measuring stick and the standard of what other teams are trying to go for. So, and I've got a lot of respect for Coach Benfield, and he does a great job. And they don't have very many players, but the players that they do have, the one thing I can respect is one of our big things for us, our keys to victory, is great effort, playmakers make plays, and great tackling, and they do all three of those things well. And especially the effort part is they don't allow the excuse of being a small school. And I want to say I heard they're down to like 150 students overall now. So they don't let that excuse define their football season. Their players play really hard, and then that gives them a chance to go out and compete and go win games. And it's kind of funny that it's like they consider this to be one of their down years, and they're still winning 4 to 5 games in those years. So it's hard to win. Half of the teams every week are winning, half of them are losing every week, and Cloudland's still winning majority of their games consistently over the period of time. So this is still a barometer stick for what we're trying to get our program to. And even though we're at a point where we're now competing in those big games now and starting to win some of those games, like overall as a program, we have to have a lot of sustained success for a very, very long time to get to the point where Cloudland has been. So get that off the table first. Like there's a lot of respect. We're giving a lot of respect to them just overall in terms of just their program and what they've done over just historically. So, and it's a fun place to go to. Like I love going up there. Even when we didn't have great teams, like it's fun to go up there because the environment's great, beautiful drive, beautiful stadium. Can't wait to see their turf when we go up there next year.
Yeah.
But, so it's kind of it's a cool little neat place and really embodies what small high school football goes into. And now that comes into this game in particular. I'd like to think that we've done a good job within our program to now be talked about in the same vein in terms of like, okay, now this is a big game. This has a lot of implications for the region. And a lot of people forget that a few years ago, like nobody would even be talking about this game in the same vein of the consequences of what could happen within this game. So sometimes it's good to sit down and think, man, we've come a long way. Be able to be at this point. It's been a lot of work to get to this point, but we've won some, we've lost some of them. So the chance to be able to compete, and we do expect to go out and compete well. But it's going to be a hard task. That they have what I know. Last year I would have considered the best running back in the league, and he's still a very good football player. He seems a little hobbled throughout the year, and he's still a good football player. He can definitely hurt you. I believe Grayson Cole.
There's always that name is stuck out for. If he's not a senior now, he has.
If you ever wonder why I never say names on this, is because I have the names, but I'm terrible with names. So I can't ever I have their names, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I forget their name immediately. Yeah. But and not even just him, but like numbers, I can tell you every number. But in terms of names, I get a little hung up on. But very talented quarterback, especially in the run game. They got a tight end, number 1, who he's very dangerous with the football. Especially vertical, and they give it to him. They'll hand the ball off the tight end. He'll be in the backfield some, but guy that plays really hard. And I remember I showed the clip to the kids. It's like, hey, I want you to look at this guy, and it's like, it doesn't look like he has a very good stance. It doesn't look like he's very big, but I want you to watch this play. And he takes a defensive lineman, drives him 15 yards downfield, and knocks him down.
Wow.
And I was like, so boy, like, don't let looks and size and stuff fool you. Like, guys, these boys can play, and they play hard and they play physical. So we have to match that intensity. And then up front, their style of football is very physical, and they've got some real physical kids. So we have a very tough task in front of us, and but we look forward to the challenge. One opportunity that we have is we've struggled against the run all year. And actually, it's been that way for a couple years, struggle against the run. So we have an opportunity to really, okay, when's going to be the game we finally step down and we finally do our jobs and do what we're supposed to in stopping the run. So we got a tall task in front of us, but we got an opportunity to whether we do it or not. So a lot of times it's hard because of who's running the ball, and they have a few guys that run the ball really well, and they're hard to tackle. So that's a great opportunity for anybody that's a competitor. You want to play those type of players, and you want to play those type of teams. And I would be personally excited as a player to be able to go play this game.
Cloudland has long been the standard here in Region 1 Single-A football, but as a great American poet, Bob Dylan, once said, the times they are a-changin'. Hey, and welcome back. Here at the Tundra on deck for a whiteout game, the first in its history, rejoined by color analyst Derek Charlton, Scott Anthony on camera. I'm Matthew Palazzo, elevated field side here at the Tundra on what should be a heck of a matchup here in the ranks of Region 1A, one in which head coach Eric Tilson expects to have his handful once again, a good matchup last year. And the Huskies and Highlanders clash once again this evening with playoff seeding at stake. And to reach some of its goals, North Greene going to need a win tonight. Coming into the night, Hampton tops the Region 1 Single-A leaderboard, undefeated at 5-0, while North Greene, Cosby, and Cloudland are all tied for second at 3-1. A win tonight puts North Greene in sole possession of that second-place spot with a tiebreaker win over both Cosby and Cloudland. So a win tonight would go a great distance in terms and in talking about that playoff seeding. The Highlanders 3-4 overall this year. They're coming off a 56-8 win over Sunbright last week. Cloudland bringing a diverse and physical rushing attack like we're accustomed to here at the Tundra tonight. Last week they had a big performance on the ground by Birchfield, Cole, and by Barnett. 3 names we're going to hear ad nauseum here tonight, so buckle up, get ready for it. The 47th all-time meeting between North Greene and Cloudland. Last year, as we mentioned, North Greene winning that matchup 24-22, a closely contested to-the-wire affair. But prior to that, the Highlanders had won 5 straight in the series, and Cloudland leads that all-time series 42-4. Historically dominant have been the team from Roane County. These two teams have met every year since 1976, with the exception of 97 and 98, and from 1982 to 1984, they played twice in the regular season each year. So as we welcome you back here to the Tundra, kickoff just moments away, Derek Charlton, going to ask you once again, a matchup with so many eyes on it here tonight, so much up for grabs. What's at stake for the Huskies with a win?
They need a win to get second place. That's what it is. It's laid out in front of them. They know what the point is of coming out here and playing tonight. They understand that this is a very familiar opponent that they see every year. The seniors here, I've seen them for the past 4 years. You know what you're going to get. You know it's going to be a very physical, very long game. It's not going to be a high-scoring 40-point games, but it's going to be physical, and who can be the more physical team here tonight? North Greene has got to answer the test.
Only 8-team Region 1 Single-A. A win tonight puts North Greene into the playoffs. They'll clinch a spot in the playoffs with a win. North Greene in the all whites on their home turf tonight. The white lids for the first time in school history. White jerseys with the green and gray trim on the sleeves, the green numbers, the white pants. Cloudland, who will kick it off right to left as you view it in the golds up top. Blue pants with the yellow piping down the side. Blue helmets with the yellow seat pressing the left side. Birchfield puts boot to ball, and we've got football from the Tundra. It's a wobbler, an onside kick of sorts that goes to the opposing 40-yard line, and we're underway from Baileyton. North Greene gets the ball first. They'll send that terrific offense out onto the field. North Greene averaging 26.6 points per game. Cloudland, meanwhile, allowing opponents 31 a game. So a matchup, I think, that favors the Huskies tonight.
Yes, it really does. The offense is not one-dimensional. They can run the football. They can throw the football, unlike Cloudland's offense that can pretty much just dominantly run the football. North Greene can hit you in multiple different styles, and I'm really looking for Brandon Weems to be a big target here early in this game.
Thomas Darnell off the injury, back in at the starting quarterback position. 6'3", 190-pound senior, and his first pass of the game incomplete along the right hash. He was looking for reigning Green Sports Zone Player of the Week, Brandon Weems. Brandon, that's number one of the two Weems brothers, as Darnell finds his first incompletion of the night.
Yeah, it's a simple slant pass. Need to get it down a little bit, but I'm expecting a lot of this. Quick game, get it out of Darnell's hands to his wide receivers very quickly.
Two receivers to Darnell's right and an H-back. It'll be a quick screen to the slot receiver. That's Kelson Estep cutting upfield on that right hash, and he'll fall forward for about a 5-yard gain. So the Huskies, who love to get to the perimeter, they love to move it quick. They do so there, and they pick up officially 5 yards, which brings up a 3rd and 5, the first of the money down we'll see tonight.
Spread the defense out wide, so that way you can get your running game going later in the game. I like the play call here early.
Darnell, the shotgun snap. Johnson's got the handoff off tackle to the right side, and he springs one. Near sideline, he's inside the 20, inside the 10. Leon Johnson on the 3rd play from scrimmage, and the Huskies lead it 6-0.
Exactly what you wanted, a quick start, good screenplay, great blocking in front of Johnson, and then he just beats the rest of the defense with his speed. The fast start that North Greene needed here tonight.
A 55-yard touchdown run, and it's Leon Johnson, the junior tailback, finding pay dirt to put the Huskies up 6. 11-12 left to go, a play that only lasted 3 drives and 48 seconds. Juan Soto to boot the extra point, snap, hold, kick, and it's good. Huskies lead it 7-0 with 11-12 left to go in the quarter. You're listening to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Well, we talked about how that North Greene offense just might be a problem for that Cloudland defense. And 48 seconds into the game, the Huskies strike from 55 yards out on a Leon Johnson touchdown run. The Huskies taking a 7-0 lead. Juan Soto with the ensuing kickoff. Derek, an exceptional drive, albeit short-lived, but the Huskies on top here early.
Very good drive there for the North Greene Huskies to get a quick start, a quick early blow to this Cloudland team. And I do need to point this out. Dylan Gentry had an outstanding block on that catch and touchdown. That's just what North Greene needs. They need these power hitters. They can get blocks, so that way their skill players can get in the end zone quick.
Austin similar with a fair catch on the Cloudland 35, and we'll get to see the first of this, I don't want to call it high-powered, but the up-close and personal power eye offense at the Highlanders will run. Bryce Birchfield, the senior quarterback, turns around, hands it off to the halfback, Grayson Cole. Keep an eye out on Grayson Cole here tonight. An exceptional back and And Coach Tilson talked about it, in that pregame show. He talked about guys who you remember the names of, and it feels like Grayson Cole, a guy who's been there for many years, and he'll get the carry on the first play from scrimmage for Cloudland's offense. And it's a 40-yard carry that makes it a 2nd and 6.
That's what a lot of teams do nowadays. They'll hand it off to their veterans because they know how to make people miss, how to follow the blocks. That's exactly what Cloudland's going to do here, and I'm expecting to see a lot of this formation that Cloudland's running right now.
They're hoping to play it in a phone booth here tonight. It'll be a power toss off the right side, and Cole's got it. He springs a couple tackles and breaks one more and tripped up right after he passes the 50-yard line. So a gain of 11 on the play, and Grayson Cole, an excellent carry to put the Cloudland Highlanders into plus territory.
Cloudland's playing their offense. They're slowing the game down, letting the clock tick. Two different style offenses. North Greene loves to go fast tempo. Cloudland likes to go slow. Let's run that play clock down as low as we can. It's two different offenses. It's very interesting to see how North Greene's defense is going to handle against his offense.
Huskies crowd the box again. It's a handoff to Cole. He's got it in between the tackles left side and eventually gets dragged down from behind by Kelson Eastep, but not before he takes it across the 40 and moves the chains for a Marsh Propane first down.
Expecting this defensive line, they're going to have to really step up here. Owen Pierce is a senior in this defensive line, D-tackle. He's going to be the big guy. Can he get a hand on these running backs for Cloudland? If he can, he's going to bring them down. You're not going to get away from those big bear claws.
Excellent point. We're going to have to see how Coach Will Hensley adjusts on the defensive side of the ball, and a couple of flags hit the ground before Cloudland can take another offensive snap, and looks to be an offensive false start against the Highlanders, so at least that stops the bleeding a little bit for that North Greene defense. But you talk about an offense that scores in 3 plays, and a Cloudland offense not accustomed to that short, quick style of offense. They're going to drive the ball slowly down the field, much like we saw Jellicoe do 2 weeks ago. And it will be false start that will back the Highlanders up to the Husky 48. And after the 5-yard mistake, the Highlanders going to huddle up. It's just their style of football, much slower developing, much more closely compacted than North Greene's. 9:28 remaining in our opening quarter. Huskies leading 7-0. Back to the Power I go the Highlanders. And something you mentioned, these teams that run this run-heavy style of attack, they need to stay in front of the chains. Those pre-snap penalties are very costly. Talk about costly. Birchfield bobbles the snap after he came out from under center, and a couple of bodies fall on it. One of them is Blake Hurd, and he's got the football. The Huskies with their first takeaway of the night. Puts an early stop to the Cloudland offensive drive, and the North Greene Huskies have the football on their own 43-yard line.
How do you get ahead of your region rival early? You get a quick touchdown and then right back turnover. North Greene has come out hot to start this game. The question is, can they keep it up? But right now, they're firing on all cylinders.
And you talk about an offense in Cloudland that was moving the ball rather effectively, and to get a big takeaway like that completely shifts the momentum in North Greene's favor. RPO-style run here, and another slant pass intended for Brandon Weems. Falls incomplete, bounces off of his shoulder pads, and Darnell might have had a touchdown pass if Weems was able to reel that one in.
Yeah, that's just one of those catches. Maybe a little bit of early contact, but other than that, one of those catches that you need to be able to bring in. So if he brought that in, he was gone for another touchdown. That's just an unfortunate break for North Greene.
Well, the incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 from the Husky 42. Darnell rides it, eventually hands it off to Braden Weems, the other Weems twin. He puts together quite a nice carry, a pickup of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up another 3rd down conversion attempt here for the Huskies.
The position they're at right now is definitely 4th down territory, I would say. Even though it is early, you're right in that no man's land kind of style. So I think the coach is calling for 2 plays on this play.
Spot on. Coach Hilton loves to roll the dice, so wouldn't be surprised at all if we did see just that. Darnell, the read option. He'll take it off the left side. 2 lead blockers in front of him. 6 a foot in the ground, cuts up field, and a couple blue helmets swarm to the attack right after Darnell crossed the 50-yard line. Eventually brought down by big 72 in the blue and gold. That's going to be Caleb Ledford, the nose tackle. That does bring up a 4th and short, which Coach Tilson immediately says, hey, we're going to leave the offense out there.
I don't know if he brought him down. He stopped it, but Darnell never went down on that play. It was a very tough, gritty play that Darnell had right there.
Oh, the first run of the night for Thomas Darnell. We've seen him get tasked with those carries at times this season. Pretty surprised, and we'll see how they manage Darnell a couple weeks removed from that injury that left him out of the Jellicoe game. And the offsides penalty against the Highlanders will give the Huskies a fresh set of downs as they get another Marsh Propane first down.
He's going off that Thomas Darnell injury that he did have. He also had a bye week, so he was able to recover from that. The bye week, I don't think could have happened at any more perfect time that North Greene had, especially getting ready for this game. And they're coming out fresh early.
Huskies go unbalanced to the left side here. It's a handoff to Braden Weems. The sweep play off the left tackle, and he gets tripped up by Cole, but not before he reaches out to the line of gain. And that should be just at the marker. We'll see if they give him the spot. Looks like it might just be an inch short.
Looks like 9 yards, going to be 2nd down and 1.
So a 9-yard carry for Weems there.
North Greene is definitely running the football very well right now. They're not even hesitating to throw it, because why would you throw it when you can run it this well?
Again, the Huskies shift to that unbalanced look to the right. 3 receivers, a tight end, and an extra tackle to that right side of the field. Weems with the carry, a whole ton of space, but an excellent play by the linebacker scraping over. That's Gavin Shell, limiting the damage and forcing the Huskies just a little bit further back in terms of field position on 2nd down, but still a pretty good pickup there, and it's 2nd and medium from the Highlander 27.
North Greene's having a lot of pre-snap movement, moving people along this offensive line. I think the reason they're doing that is trying to get Cloudland to jump, because they have been here lately.
Darnell runs off tackle to the left side, gets wrapped up by Shell and spun around near the 25-yard line. And it's going to be close to that line to gain. Darnell reached out for it with the tip of the football. And it looks like he's just short. Another 3rd down. The Huskies have faced a couple already here in our first half quarter of the football game. Huskies leading it by a touchdown, driving and threatening for more points.
Thomas Darnell is not scared of contact. He is running shoulder down right into these defenders. That's something you like to see when you got your captain quarterback back there.
Oh, absolutely. Good to see him back and healthy as well. Huskies go 2 back. It's a handoff on the dive play to Braden Weems, and a big huddle occurs inside the 20-yard line as a late push puts the Huskies into the Gary's Paint Body red zone thanks to another Marsh Propane first down.
North Greene's running at will right now, completely owning the line of scrimmage, being a lot more physical than Cloudland's doing. This is exactly the game plan North Greene needed to come into this game.
2 receivers to Darnell's right, 1 to his left. Braden Weems, the back, 2 yards to Darnell's right hip. It's another sweet play to Weems. He's got the edge, and again, Gavin Shell coming up from that outside linebacker position. A great tackle in open field, and this might be the Huskies' least effective run play of the entire night. Just a yard, and we'll do 2nd and 9 inside the 20.
Gavin Shell said, "I'm tired of you running on my defense." Absolutely great tackle. Read that play to perfection. He was actually the free safety on that play and cuts in, is able to get it. And again, Cloudland jumps.
And the Huskies try to go hard counting. Once again, they do jump off sides. The 2nd penalty of the night for the Highlanders. The 2nd and around 5 from the 15-yard line. Huskies threatening to put up their 2nd score of the night. Just south of 5 minutes to be played here in the first quarter of action. All Huskies thus far after a 3-play touchdown drive to begin with, and then a takeaway a few moments later in good graces here. Darnell going to sprint out to his right. He's got a man or two open in the end zone, but he's going to tuck it upfield and run with it. Coming in from behind for the tackle. That's going to be Larry Hernandez, the nose tackle. So just short of the marker, another 3rd down to face here for the Husky offense.
North Greene showing you how they can hurt you in different ways. They went quick the first drive. This drive, it's much more methodical, much more slowed down, and they've been successful on both so far.
Darnell, the shotgun snap. Huskies run power, and Braden Weems plunges up the middle. He's got the first down and more, and another Marsh Propane first down this drive for the Huskies. Over 5 minutes have elapsed off the clock, and the Huskies continue to march, sets up a 1st and goal.
Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. North Greene's absolutely running all over Cloudland right now. And for good measure, Cloudland's just not shown that they can be physical with North Greene. We talked about it pregame. You got to be physical in this game. North Greene is by far the most physical team in this game right now.
Johnson and Weems line up. 2 Darnells left. 3:35 to play here in the first quarter. It's a handoff to Johnson up the middle. He gets a late push and then gets taken down right at the 5-yard line. Huskies knocking on the door for 6 more.
North Greene continuing to run it up the middle, testing this physicality that Cloudland has. Because Cloudland does not have that many players on the depth chart. A couple drives like this will definitely tire the defense out.
Same offensive formation. The Huskies go triple option. It's a pitch, and Braden Weems going to walk into the end zone. A red carpet rolled out for the Husky tailback, and Braden Weems finds pay dirt and puts North Greene up 13-0 over Cloudland.
Quick little read option, then toss it to the outside. That's what you want to see for a quarterback. You're a senior quarterback. You have some experience. You're a veteran. But you come out there, read the defense, then great toss to get it out. And then Braden Weems, man, he's got speed when he gets the ball in his hands.
And that was just an incredible drive by Weems himself. 7 carries on that drive alone. And of course, you gotta reward the senior for his duties. Getting you down there, you reward the bell cow with a touchdown run, and the Huskies extend their lead to 13-0. So looks like we got a clock malfunction here at the Tundra. So we're gonna have to adjust some time back on the clock as it continues to roll in the distance on your screen. But an extra point here by Juan Soto, and the Huskies will be up 14-0. Again, they're going to whistle it, and the white shirts are going to get together to discuss our referees on the call for tonight. Head referee Mark Easterly, the umpire Joe Gates, Michael Lawson, Leonard Salyers, our linesman and line judge, the back judge Ben Robertson, and our ECO, not sure what that means, Ken Carpenter. I think he's up in the press box. Anyways, we're awaiting the clock to be reset to the proper time. We've got it on the proper time here on our scorebug, but here at the Tundra seems to be a bit of a malfunction, at least technically.
Might have got a little too cold.
Maybe. Maybe they weren't ready for this many points to be put up this early into the ball game. North Greene already with 13 here in the first 8 minutes, 30 seconds of play.
This gives a chance for Cloudland to catch their breath. Flipping from offense to defense. Having that fumble. Cloudland needs a reset. North Greene is putting the hammer on Cloudland early, making them have to play comeback because Cloudland's offensive formation does not align with coming back multiple scores.
Oh, the clock situation is handled for now, and Juan Soto lines up to attempt the point after. Swats of the hold. The kick is up and through the uprights. It's good. The Huskies take a 14-0 lead. 3:33 left in our first quarter of action. It's Huskies and Highlanders for the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Thomas Plumbing.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Well, the Huskies strike again here in the first quarter. They lead at 14-0 over the visitors from Roan Mountain. Cloudland and North Greene assessed a personal foul penalty on the ensuing kickoff, but the Huskies strike to do it from 5 yards out. Derek, tell us about our Nick Hershey's Cardinal Financial scoring recap on that Husky drive.
Yeah, North Greene had the ball, 60 yards, 6 minutes and 29 seconds came off the clock. It's a big chunk of time, especially against the Cloudland offense, the way they like to run the football. Ended with a 5-yard run by Braden Weems getting the ball.
The score makes it 14-0 Huskies, and the White Hat discussing with the electronic clock operator. That's what we found out ECO stands for. And we're going to discuss, I think they're going to take a little bit less time off the clock, or at least I think that's how we have it up here.
What's the time?
And a little bit of a buffer. The only thing that's going to stop the Huskies in this scoring onslaught that's transpired here in this first quarter of action. It is whiteout night here at the Tundra, the first in program history. Coach Tilson talked about it a little bit beforehand. We heard about it in that pregame show. The Huskies did enough in their fundraising efforts to get those, they're called helmet skins, I believe, or helmet caps, Derek?
I don't know what they are, but North Greene's looking really nice in that all-white outlook. I'm a sucker for the whiteouts. I like the Penn State whiteouts.
Oh, yeah.
I like any whiteouts. So this is really nice to see a high school do a whiteout.
Not sure if they're laminates or stickers or sleeves that go over top the Husky green, which is underneath the white helmets here tonight. But might have to go down there and touch one of them after the game to see exactly what's underneath. Anyways, the Huskies going to kick it off from their own 25 after the personal foul. Monsoto got a big leg, but I don't know if he's going to get a touchback from 75 yards out. Back deep to receive for the Highlanders. You got Cole and Birchfield. And I believe we're still handling this clock situation. The clock just seems to go back to 3:33.
Yeah, it definitely does. So if they decided to keep the time on the field, I'll go ahead and say the time will not be accurate on the scorebook for our broadcast purposes. But
well, looks like we're back to business. Huskies going to line up to officially kick it away. Juan Soto set to square it off from the 25-yard line. And he'll put foot to leather, an end-over-end kick that just barely gets into plus territory. Cole, the return man, catches it and takes it across the 50, across the 45, where he's tackled by Leon Johnson. But, hey, short field for the Highlanders after the Husky mistake, and an offense we already saw moved the ball effectively, just fumbled it and ended that first drive short.
Yeah, you got to clean up the mistakes, mental mistakes. You had a false start that really hurts you, and then also you got to be able to hold on to the football, especially against this North Greene team. This North Greene team's going to pounce on you at any chance they have, so you got to be able to hold on to the football.
3:24 remaining in the opening quarter. Back to the power I go the Highlanders, and back to Grayson Cole they go. Cole already 4 carries on Cloudland's 4 offensive plays. And this one going to be good for 8 yards. Mark it short at the 35-yard line, and the Highlanders will have a 2nd and 2 upcoming.
Again, if the veteran's going to get the ball, you know he's going to do it right. He goes right up that gap, follows 2 blockers, officially gets tackled, but if you get 8 yards of carry, that's pretty nice.
Again, they blast it to the left side with Cole, and he reaches out. He's got the line to gain. That's another March Tropane, a first down, and the Highlanders continue to click on all cylinders.
Again, go to that left side. Cloudland clearly saw something in the film room that they said that the left side of the offensive line is our strong suit, and they're running on that left side, and it's working so far in this game. You just got to be able to hold on to the football. That last drive, they was running to the left side. Looked like that fumble was going to the left side.
Does seem to be the case already. Birchfield reverses out, another handoff to Cole, and a late push from behind, but a surge and a response by the Husky defense, and this will be Cole's smallest carry of the night. He's got all 6 of the Highlander carries to this point.
That time they go on the left side, but North Greene stacked the line of scrimmage on that left side. Had their right outside linebacker and middle linebacker come in to help try to make a couple of tackles. That time it stopped them. I'm expecting, the way Cloudland's playing this football game, I'm expecting a lot of players to play up close to the line of scrimmage for North Greene.
Birchfield back under center. The fullback switches from the left to the right side, and Birchfield again hands it off to the left side. This time a different back. It's Landon Barnett, but not the same effectiveness we saw from Grayson Cole, but this one going to be marched forward by about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, that time Cloudland understood that North Greene was starting to stack the line of scrimmage up on that left side, so they put a man in motion, did a little misdirection, still handed it to the left side, but they had a little misdirection to make some of the defenders think, wait, does he have the ball? But again, great tackling by North Greene early.
Cloudland back to the power eye, this time a power toss to the right side, and Grayson Cole with some room. Breaks the tackle, gets tackled inside the Gary's Paint Body red zone. He's marked down at the Husky 16.
This time they go to the right side, making North Greene have to play all sides of the line of scrimmage. North Greene got a hand on him about a yard up the field from the line of scrimmage, but they just couldn't bring him down. And Cole's going to make you pay. He's clearly, we could tell early in this football game, he is going to make you pay. If he gets a little bit of space, he could be gone.
Well, the drive already has lasted 3 minutes for the Highlanders. Going to go quick to the line of scrimmage here. Again, another handoff to Cole. He's darting in space, and he's diving out towards the goal line. And the elbow just short inside the 5 is where he's going to be stopped. But another Mars Propane first down, and the Highlanders in a goal-to-go situation.
Cloudland's moving the football very nicely on their second drive, making North Greene feel a little bit uncomfortable. North Greene had their dominance against Cloudland on their previous drive. Cloudland's now having their dominance on North Greene. This game looks like it's going to be a back-and-forth game all night.
5 seconds left in the quarter, the last to be run by the Highlanders, and who guessed it? It's another run to the left side. This time, Landon Barnett finding pay dirt from 4 yards out. The last play of the quarter as time expires, and the Cloudland Highlanders with a response. 14-6, the Huskies lead is cut down by a touchdown.
That's what Cloudland needed. This first quarter felt like it was all North Greene. It felt like this game could have got out of reach early if Cloudland didn't score on that drive. Cloudland was able to play their game, but they played a lot quicker, 3-minute drive, and was able to soon into a touchdown.
They're going to line up to attempt the point after the 2-point conversion, that is, and it's a handoff to Cole right side, and he'll just walk into the end zone. 2-point conversion is successful. Your updated score, it's North Greene at 14, Cloudland 8. You're listening to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
And we welcome you back to the Tundra as we begin quarter number 2 of play. Score as time expired in that first quarter, and the Cloudland Highlanders have their first score of the ball game. Your score at the end of one, it's North Greene at 14, Cloudland 8. A couple of scores from across the region, couple, Derek, that have surprised us here. Happy Valley leading West Greene by just 7-0 at the end of the first quarter over on Warrior Hill. Still no update on that Greenville Volunteer game. Earlier today, it was Concord Christian knocking off South Greene in a shocking outcome for us, 49-35. That was an afternoon tilt over at Concord Christian. But your updated scores after the first quarter here at the Tundra.
Yeah, these games, it's one of those weeks where anything feels like it could happen because, like you said at the beginning, it was the underdogs versus the superstars. And I'm expecting a lot of chaos going on.
Darnell fields the ensuing kickoff. Heels at the 35, and he'll power it up past the 40, where the Huskies continue to benefit from that. I don't want to say short field position, but it's not like you're backed up on your own 25. You're continuing to get it out, whether it's by takeaway or by kickoff return. And you're looking up, and all of a sudden you're back at your own 43 with a fresh set of downs. Your offense out on the field for a third time.
Yeah, and something else they're doing is not creating penalties. They're playing very disciplined football, staying ahead of the chain so they can play their offense. And North Greene so far in the first quarter, they came out hot quick and making Cloudland now have to rethink their whole defense.
Darnell in the gun with two backs to his left. Johnson, the ride back. He'll get the dive play to the right side and get pushed forward for a gain of 6. Gotta love the way Leon Johnson carries that football. So powerful. And he always gets that late surge. Never stops turning those feet.
Yeah. Again, why would you change the game plan? Coach Tilson must have clearly showed this North Greene offense, just put your shoulder in their chest because everybody's doing it and they're having success.
Braden Weems gets the carry off the left tackle and jumps past the defender before getting taken down from behind by Hernandez. But it is enough to move the chains, and the Huskies, with a Marsh Propane first down, get into plus territory.
Everybody's dropping their shoulder right now into this Cloudland offense. Cloudland right now looks a little bit shaky on the defensive side. They don't look like they can stop North Greene's running attack, and North Greene is going to continue to run right at them until Cloudland shows they can stop them.
Two-back look again for the Huskies. It's triple option to the right side. Darnell's got it off the right tackle. He's got it far sideline. He's sprinting away inside the 20, inside the 10. He's got the goal line. Touchdown, Huskies. Touchdown, Thomas Darnell. Another quick touchdown drive. Not even 2 minutes elapsed. And Thomas Darnell finds pay dirt for the first time tonight. The Huskies lead it by 2 scores once more.
I was not aware that Thomas Darnell had the speed that he just showed on that play. We knew that he was elusive. He showed that on that last play, showed his strength too. But then when he had a breakaway, had some space, he beat him with the speed. Absolutely beautiful play call. Absolutely a beautiful run by Darnell.
The Soto extra point is good. Your updated score is North Greene 21, Cloudland 8.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles.
21-8, our updated score here from the Tundra. Derek, tell us about our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap on that Husky touchdown drive.
North Greene had the ball to start the second quarter, 1 minute, 10 seconds, 55 total yards is how far they went. But Thomas Darnell had the 45-yard touchdown run to seal the deal.
How about it? Already 2 touchdown drives for the Huskies that haven't lasted longer than 1 minute, 10 seconds. The first that took 48 seconds off the clock, and now you get the takeaway, you get another touchdown run, a much more methodical drive, but a Husky offense who is just fast and furious here on a Friday night. The kickoff will send the Highlanders back to the 25-yard line, and bringing it up on the return there is going to be Walker Gouge. And the Highlanders set up shop on the offensive on their own 40.
We'd like to see North Greene come out here a little bit physical on this defensive side of the ball. Let's put this game out of reach early here in this first half. North Greene gets a stop here and they score again. You feel like this game's starting to get out of reach the way Cloudland likes to play. North Greene's defense, Can they make a stand on this drive?
Well, you also got to bow your backs and stifle that Cloudland offense who has run the ball every offensive play so far here today. Bryce Birchfield and co. back into that power I formation. The Huskies going to put 10 players into the box, and this time a handoff left side to Walker Gouge. But Derek, again, Highlanders go to that left side. This time it's a 7-yard carry for the fullback Gouge.
Yeah, they clearly have seen something in the film room or something, or maybe they just like their offensive line on that left side. But Cloudland's really attacking that left side. If I was the North Greene defense, I would stack that left side a little bit more, make them have to go to the right side, because North Greene, we know their defense can tackle very well. It's just getting to them, and right now Cloudland's offensive line is doing a great job blocking that left side.
11 plays, all rushes for the Highlanders. That trio of backs, Cole, Barnett, and Gouge, all 3 recipients. Again, it's Walker Gouge, and he gets spun around at the line of scrimmage. A TFL for the Huskies defense, and it's Blake Hurd causing some wreckage in that Highlander backfield.
Talk about forcing them the other way. This time they go straight at the middle, and Hurd was right there to meet him at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle, great bring down, too. He didn't let him slip away. He swung him down. That's the kind of tackling you need to see for this North Greene defense, especially against this offense like this.
So a good response there by defensive coordinator Will Hensley. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for the Highlanders from their own 49. They'll pack it in tight. It's a run to the left side. This time Barnett. He'll stick a foot in the ground. He's got some room to run. One man chasing him, and he's not going to get to him. Landon Barnett, touchdown, and the Highlanders strike from 51 yards out.
Well, that's the issue when you stack the box against this running game. You get one fast guy like Barnett, he's gone. You have no more tacklers within 10 yards. A last-ditch effort that time by Levi Gray to try to just toe tap him, but Barnett was gone.
21-14, the new score after the Landon Barnett touchdown run from 51 yards out. Derek, we've almost got as many points in the first quarter in 2 minutes here as we did in the entire game when these two last squared off a year ago. Under center goes Birchfield. He'll reverse out. It's a carry for Barnett, and he stops short. Leon Johnson brings the hammer to limit the points. Your updated score, it's North Greene 21, Cloudland 14 with 9:22 remaining into the first half. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. 9:22 remaining in the second quarter of play. North Greene leads by 7. 21-14 after the Cloudland score. Bryce Birchfield set to tee it away. The Huskies sending the Weems brothers back deep to receive. The return game has been crucial to this point. Both teams driving with short fields. And an onside kick here recovered by Jared Swatzel. And it'll be another short field for the Huskies, needing just 55 yards to drive. But Derek, tell us about that last Cloudland scoring drive for our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap.
It was a 1:38 drive, 60 yards total, finishing off with a Landon Barnett touchdown run.
And we talked about that Cloudland offense being much more methodical, and they proved us wrong there, being just north of a minute to punch it in. And you talked about it. You send that much into the box, you're not really going to have that contained on the outside, and you're going to have to rely on some safeties to come up and make some plays from depth. That time, the Huskies were not so fortunate, and so Cloudland cuts into a one-score game once again. Darnell in the shotgun, a play fake. He's looking over the middle. He's got Brandon Weems. And flying in from behind was Barnett and safety to knock it away. But Weems, I mean, my goodness, that's 3 times already we've seen him just an inch away from a catch and run, and nobody within 10 yards of him if he catches that one.
Yeah, but again, Cloudland's meeting him when the ball gets there. They're getting right there as soon as the ball hits his hands. They understood that Brandon Weems is their go-to guy in the passing game, and Cloudland's playing great defense on him.
Huskies back to the trips formation to the left. This time a quarterback keeper off the left side, and Darnell going to get dragged down in the backfield. Landon Barnett making plays on both sides of the ball. A loss of 4 on the play as Darnell stops short.
Cloudland that time, first time they got in the backfield, I believe, against Darnell. North Greene looking a little rattled after that last touchdown play that Cloudland had.
Oh, officially a loss of 3. 3rd and long here for the Huskies. Shotgun snap to Darnell. He'll take a 3-step drop back. He's got a man deep. He's going to fire one and dial it up. It's Brandon Weems hauling in the long reception of 38 yards. The Huskies convert in a big-time way. They get a Marsh Propane first down to move the sticks. They're set up nicely in the Gary's Paint Body red zone.
Just got done talking about Brandon Weems and how he come out and how he's their best, we believe, one of the best wide receivers on this football team. And he just showed it right there. Great catch, falling kind of behind him a little bit, but he adjusted his body perfectly. Great catch, great throw, first down North Greene.
Well, you finally get it to him. You've been trying all night, and Brandon Weems with a 38-yard reception from Thomas Darnell to get the Huskies to convert that 3rd and 13 and get inside the 20-yard line. Next play, a handoff to the twin brother, Braden Weems, and this one good for about 2 yards to bring up 2nd and 8.
Going back to that last play, North Greene, they went short. They went run game and quick slants the whole game so far. That time they aired out deep. Now Cloudland has to adjust on defense and honor the deep ball.
Huskies going to go to that unbalanced look to the right side. They'll shift an extra tackle and a tight end over the right side of the formation. Darnell will take it on the power. Right side, he'll shrug off a defender, looking to stiff arm another and get pulled down. But the permafrost here at the Tundra met with a couple yellow pillows as some flags fly in late at the tail end of that one. We await the call with 7:45 left to go in the first half of action.
Yeah, they're using Thomas Darnell as a runner in this game, and I like that decision. Thomas Darnell is a big physical runner. He drops his shoulder into the chest, and you know good as anybody, Matthew, when your quarterback can run the football as well as Thomas Darnell can, it adds an extra element because now the defense is to play 11 on 11 instead of 11 on 10.
It's huge, absolutely. Huskies have showed it throughout this season, and the call will be holding against the Huskies, so they'll move him back 10 yards. And to further that point, when you got two backs like Weems and Johnson, and you add in a third back in that backfield that can run the ball in Darnell, it just makes your offense so diverse, and you don't know how to match it, how to defend it if you're a defensive coordinator. You got to pick one, and you're always going to be wrong.
Always, and that's why they're running these read options, because they understand that Thomas Darnell can read it, understand what the defense is doing, and know who to get it to.
Unbalanced look to the right side, a play-action pass, and Darnell hit as he throws it. He's got Brandon Weems, and he's dragged down by Barnett, but a gain of 11 on the play. That's staring down the barrel as Thomas Darnell was hit as he threw it, and Brandon Weems with the wherewithal to reel that one in for a big gain there on second down.
Definitely. That's what you like to see as your quarterback. He knows he's going to get hit, but still releases the football beautifully, and a great catch by Brandon Weems there.
An injured Highlander down on the field. We'll take the injury timeout, come back whenever the injured Lander is taken care of. With 7:18 remaining in the second quarter, your score, it's North Greene 21, Cloudland 14.
Hello, friends. This is State Representative David Hawk. Always honored to support our Greenville and Greene County schools in their academic and athletic programs. We are blessed to have great families, teachers, and coaches working hard to ensure a bright future for our students. I'm David Hawk, encouraging all listeners to get involved and stay involved with our young people to help them succeed. We work hard in the classroom through the week and play hard on the field when the Friday night lights turn on. Once again, this is David Hawk. It's my honor to serve and represent you. Paid for by Fund to Elect David Hawk, Daniel Hawk, Treasurer.
Caleb Ledford, the injured Highlander, down, able to get off under his own power. Certainly good to see, and the Huskies coming out of the injury timeout. Going to get some extra penalty yards for the Highlanders. One penalty so far two actually, for the North Greene Huskies. Two for the Highlanders now, making three after their third offense of the evening. It moves the chains for a Marsh Propane first down, and the Huskies are now inside the 15-yard line on the Highlander 13. Again, they go to the two-back look. Darnell, the shotgun snap. It's a dive play for Weems, and he gets tackled near the line of scrimmage. Coming up to make the stop there is Walker Gooch.
Once again, just hand it up the middle. Open up the passing lanes. That's what they like to do. They like to run the football to set up the pass. A lot of teams nowadays like to, I know I sound like an old head when I say that, but a lot of teams now like to pass to open up the run. North Greene is the opposite. They like to run to open up the pass game, and it's working so far.
Second and goal here for the Huskies. Darnell drops back. He's got Kelson Estep on the slant, who hauls it in. Touchdown Huskies. Touchdown Kelson Estep. From 8 yards out, a rifling shot from Thomas Darnell. Back to a two-score game.
A brilliant throw, a little low, but a great job by Kelson Estep to make the grab. Keep the ball in his hands, not hitting the ground. Another touchdown North Greene. They can't be stopped.
Juan Soto attempts the point after. The snap, hold, and kick is good. Through the uprights, the Huskies tack on one more. Your updated score with 6:17 left to go in the first half. It's North Greene 28, Cloudland 14 on the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. 6:17 left to go in the first half. The Huskies, adding another score, eclipsing their point total in this matchup from a season ago. 28-14, they lead it by 14. Juan Soto to kick it off on the ensuing kickoff. Another Husky drive that ends up in 6. Each offensive possession has resulted in a touchdown to this point. The kickoff not called for a fair catch, and no whistles will stop the play until about 2 seconds after a Husky return man got covered up. Derek, that was a crazy play, but tell us about that Husky touchdown drive in our Nick Hersey Cardinal Financial scoring recap.
North Greene had the ball for 2 minutes and 55 seconds, went 60 yards, and the touchdown was Thomas Darnell throwing the ball directly to Kelson Estep.
And you talked about that location is a little low. I'm not mad about it, though. You keep them entirely away from the defense, and you almost protect your receiver in that sense because you don't know if there's a safety coming in late over the top. You're able to get them down, get them protected, and Kelson Estep with the sure hands to secure that touchdown reception.
And that's trust for Thomas Darnell, understanding that Kelson Estep can't make those kind of catches, because if you were just throwing it to somebody who can't make that catch, you would throw it up higher, which is a risk of him getting hit.
Absolutely. And with a taller target, too, you might be tempted to do that. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Cloudland Highlanders continuing to just run that rock, tote that hill, however you want to call it. They're continuing to move it north and south as Grayson Colt picks up a gain of 7 there on first down.
Cloudland continuing to run on that left side. They're really building on that left side of the offensive line and continuing to get blockers downfield. Their running backs, when they get tote the rock, they don't get touched until about 5 yards down the field.
Kelson Estep comes up with the tackle, but a gain of 7 there on first down. The Highlanders hurry to the line, and this time a handoff to Lena Barnett. This one will move the chains for a Marks Propane first down as the Highlanders take it into plus territory.
Lena Barnett very shifty. Giving North Greene's defense a little bit of trouble here in this first half. I expect that to be a point of emphasis going into halftime.
4 carries for Barnett in this first half. 2 touchdown runs of 51 and 4 yards. Highlanders with all their offense through that young man. And Barnett going to get a chance at some more, and it looks like he will. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Landon Barnett from 46 yards out. And the Highlanders just won't go down without a fight.
Have yourself a day. We knew this game was going to be a very competitive game, a very physical game, understanding who both these teams are and where they are at in the region. But I didn't expect it to be a 28-20 game with still 4 minutes left to go before halftime.
And we kind of lost sight of Barnett there on that left side of the formation. And he just disappeared through a couple of tacklers, and he bounced off a couple of Husky defenders, able to spring one, and there was nobody within 30 yards as he started to pull away from that Husky defense. Birchfield will line up to attempt the point after. He'll plunge it up the middle. 2-point conversion successful. Your updated score with 4:58 remaining in the first half. It's North Greene 28, Cloudland 22.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Unfortunately, laundry is for everyone. Luckily, so is 70 and Summer Coin Laundry. As Greenville's first-in-class laundromat, 70 and Summer Coin Laundry proudly offers Greene County and the surrounding areas an always clean and video-monitored environment to safely utilize their coin and card-operated machines that have the option to operate in both Spanish and English language, and their high-capacity washers and dryers. And for your convenience, detergent, fabric, softener, and snack machines are available. So finally, Laundry Day can be your favorite day at 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, located at 1045 West Summer Street.
Welcome back to the Tundra, where Cloudland scores yet again and cuts it yet again to a one-possession game. 28-22, the Huskies lead cut to 6. Just under 5 to play here in the first half of action. Derek, we already have more points here in this matchup than we did in a season ago. And out of nowhere, Cloudland coming up with an onside kick, and recovering it there is Gavin Schell. And just like that, the Highlanders have turned this game on its head, and they'll have the football in plus territory.
Yeah, you talk about coming out with some fire, trying to get the momentum switched back. That's exactly what Cloudland just did there. They just got the onside kick. Now they have a chance to really take the lead before halftime. Momentum's starting to shift sidelines a little bit. North Greene's defense needs to answer.
Huge momentum shift here. And as we await the Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap, the Highlanders will hurry to the line of scrimmage. They'll set up shot from the Husky 45. Birchfield on the quarterback power. He's got some room left side. He's running free. One man to beat and dragged down from behind. A touchdown saving tackle by Levi Gray that keeps the Highlanders out of the end zone, but a big pickup there on first down. That's good for 25 yards. And the Highlanders with a Marsh Propane first down now officially in the Gary's Paint Body red zone. North Greene going to think it over. They'll call a timeout. We'll take the break. 4:08 left to play in the half. Your score, it's North Greene 28, Cloudland 22.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. $24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team. IHOP at Baby Crockett Travel Centers. Breakfast that brings you back. Open 24/7 right off I-81, exit 36.
And once again, we welcome you back to the Tundra timeout as the Husky defense looks to stop the reeling a bit with 3.5 left to play in the quarter. Probably going to be a little bit more time put back on the clock as the clock continues to operate a little funky here tonight. But Derek, tell us about that touchdown drive for Cloudland for our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap.
Yeah, it was a very quick drive for Cloudland. They had the ball for 1 minute 13 seconds, went 64 yards. They got the touchdown. Again, Landon Barnett with another running touchdown. And that was a really great running touchdown because it really showed how much durability he has.
The two-point conversion was successful. So was the onside kick, and the Highlanders with the football with 3:35 left to play. Birchfield again toting the rock. This time going to punch it inside the 20-yard line on the 3-yard carry.
Again, run the football until they stop you. So far, North Greene has not shown they can stop you running the football. So why not continue running?
So following his first run of the game, he gets the call directly after. And you don't just have to worry about Cole, Gouge, and Barnett anymore. Now you got to worry about Birchfield. And another sweep play to the left side. And I think that is going back to Landon Barnett. He certainly had the hot hand, at least in this first half. But it's going to be enough for the line to gain. The 10-yard carry brings up a 1st and goal.
Yeah, I mean, again, that left side, that offensive line right now is really owning it up. And right now, Caleb Ledford, Tristan Haas, and Isaiah Clark, all three of them has been very strong on that Claiborne offensive line, continuing to get blocks downfield.
Birchfield under center yet again, and it's a handoff, and finally the Huskies able to stuff it and sniff it out. Again, it's Blake Kurt, his second tackle for loss here tonight. And with under 2.5 to go, the Huskies, with their backs against the wall, looking to make a stop.
Yeah, they need a big stop here. A goal line stand, one of those bend but don't break mentalities for North Greene. That would really switch the momentum back on their side before half.
Now 2:12 left to go. We know the Husky offense can score at will and in a hurry. They've done so already here tonight, and then keep Cloudland out of the end zone. That offense going to have the ball with 3 timeouts left, or 2. Off the left side, it's Landon Barnett. He's nearly pulled down from behind, but he dives into the end zone. It's a Cloudland touchdown. Landon Barnett ties it up from 9 yards out, and we're locked at 28.
All of a sudden, the game has completely shifted. Looked like North Greene's going to get the ball back and go down the field and score again, because that's what they've been doing. Cloudland does a surprise onside kick, gets it, and they drive right down the field. Now we got less than 2 minutes left, and they have a chance to take the lead before halftime.
And we've seen all touchdowns aside from that Cloudland fumble on the opening drive of the ball game. Highlanders line up to attempt a 2-point conversion. Birchfield running behind a lead blocker, and he's pushed in. 2-point conversion successful. Cloudland takes their first lead of the night. We were tied at 28, but Cloudland takes the lead, 30-28 with 1:55 to go in the half. You're listening to Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Thomas Plumbing.
With the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them. And while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Greene Shopping Center.
No more sitting in a waiting room when you're feeling awful. Baileyton Drug Company now offers a all-in-one test kit. Just pick it up at 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton. Take it home and test once for COVID, flu A, flu B. Then call or text us a picture of your positive results, and a pharmacist will fill your prescription for easy pickup, all from the comfort of your own home. Baileyton Drug Company, 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton, or visit our website, BaileytonDrugCompany.com.
1:55 left to play in the first half, and we've got a shootout on our hands here at the Tundra. 30-28, Cloudland with 2 consecutive scoring drives, aided by the onside kick. Derek, tell us about that touchdown drive for the Highlanders for our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap.
They got the onside kick off the kickoff. 2 minutes, 50 seconds is all that drive took, 45 yards, and then they scored on the touchdown.
Cloudland once again opting for the onside kick. It seems to be recovered by the Husky return team, and so is the case. So North Greene football at their own 49, but Derek, we talked about it, an offense that has scored at will, touchdown drives covering 1 minute 38 seconds, 50 seconds, 1 minute 13 seconds here tonight. They've been efficient, they've been effective, and they've worked in a hurry.
And it's crazy to think that minute 58-second drive was their longest drive, and it felt like they took forever off the clock on that scoring drive. So North Greene can hurt you in a bunch of different areas. They can move quick, too, and this is what they're going to have to do to get points on the board.
Well, North Greene with 1 minute 52 seconds to do just that, put some more points up on the board. They trail for the first time tonight, 30-28. Darnell, 2 receivers to his left, the shotgun snap. It's a sweep play. No, it's a play action fake, and Darnell rolling out to his left, a rifle downfield, and diving out to catch it on the near sideline is Kelson Estep. He's been a busy man. His 3rd reception, and it will be just short of the line to gain, a 9-yard catch there on first down.
Cloudland playing a lot of tight coverage on Brandon Weems, but that's really opening up the pass game for everybody else. Kelson Estep really having himself a night.
How about the velocity that Thomas Darnell has thrown with here tonight? I mean, that ball has just shot out of the hand. Huskies go with the power play left side. Leon Johnson following the right guard, and he's brought down from behind by Hernandez. It is enough to reach inside the 40 and move the chains for another Marsh Propane first down.
Yeah, North Greene, they have 2 timeouts. The clock stops on every first down. They can run the football on short yardage plays. And that's exactly what they did there. Keep Cloudland honest.
Now the 4-yard carry by Johnson, and the Huskies will have a fresh set of downs at the Highlander 38. The shotgun snap for Darnell. He's looking to his right. He's looking downfield, way downfield, and this one going to be about 2 yards past and outside of Brandon Weems' wheelhouse, but he was open. You had him running. If you connect on him, take a little bit off, that's a surefire touchdown for your top target.
Yeah, that was a bomb, and Brandon Williams was right underneath it. It was just a couple of yards in front of him. But right there, that just shows you how dangerous Thomas Darnell can be. If he can make that kind of throw, that was about a 46-yard throw, maybe a little bit extra going to the back of the end zone.
Oh, definitely.
That now shows you how dangerous this North Greene offense can be.
That ball had to travel about 55, 60 yards through the air. Huskies go quick screen here at the top of the field. It's Brandon Weems. He'll get in on the action irregardless. They get shoestring tackled from behind, tripped up inside the 25. The Huskies move the chains. Another Marsh Propane first down.
Brandon Weems says, okay, I get overthrown on the deep ball. That's fine. I'll take a screen, and then I'll make some people miss and get another first down. Brandon Weems is so electric for this team.
On the 10th attempt of the game for Darnell. This time it's going to be a carry for Leon Johnson, and he gets upended inside the 15-yard line, and it will be met immediately by an official timeout. North Greene will take a chance to talk things over. Their second timeout of the half. We'll take the break, returning in 30 with 27 seconds left to go in the half. Huskies driving, trailing by 2.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
30 seconds remaining in the half, and first half of football, Derek, it's been excellent. It's been prolific, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Not much defense being played here. Defense optional on the Tundra on a Friday night. What have been your thoughts about this offensive explosion through 2 quarters?
Both teams came out to play. Both teams understood what they needed to do. Both teams understood that they needed to be the more physical team on the field between the offense and defense, and both teams are doing that. We're in for a shootout, and looks like for a picture-perfect finish if the game continues on.
A shootout on the wideout. How fitting. 27 seconds left to play. First and goal here for the Huskies as we come out of the timeout. 3 receivers go to Darnell's right. Johnson lines up to his left hip.
North Greene playing a lot of those right, or 3-trip wide receivers to the right side.
Got a tight end to the left. Fake pass, and he's got a man open in the end zone. Darnell with some magic on first and goal, and the Huskies strike. They do it quickly. From 10 yards out, Kelson Estep hauls in his second touchdown pass of the game, and the Huskies jump back in front.
I don't think you could have drew it up any better. Beautiful play action play, pulls it out, got a man on the fade, hits him. Thomas Darnell is looking lethal tonight.
His second touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Huskies a point away from pulling ahead by 5. They'll do just that. The Juan Soto kick is good with 21 seconds left in the first half. Your score, it's North Greene 35, Cloudland 30.
Hello, friends. This is State Representative David Hawk. Always honored to support our Greenville and Greene County schools in their academic and athletic programs. We are blessed to have great families, teachers, and coaches working hard to ensure a bright future for our students. I'm David Hawk, encouraging all listeners to get involved and stay involved with our young people to help them succeed. We work hard in the classroom through the week and play hard on the field when the Friday night lights turn on. Once again, this is David Hawk. It's my honor to serve and represent you. Paid for by Fund to Elect David Hawk, Daniel Hawk, Treasurer.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
21 seconds remain in the first half of what has divulged into a defense optional wideout game for the Huskies here at the Tundra. Finally going to take the timeout on the ensuing kickoff. We'll keep it right here. Derek, another scoring drive for the Huskies. They have not been stopped. Each of their offensive drives have gone for touchdowns here today. Tell us about that touchdown drive for our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap.
Touchdown drive. North Greene started the drive at 1 minute and 55 seconds. They made that drive 1 minute 34 seconds, 51 yards. Thomas Darnell threw a perfect ball to Kelson Estep for the touchdown.
5 drives so far for the Highlanders, 4 touchdowns. Of course, that fumble on the opening drive of the football game. And then conversely for the Huskies, 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. So neither team has had to punt here today, much to the dismay of Thomas Darnell, who reinserted into the lineup, would be the team's punter. But hey, I like this style of football. 35-30. And I was looking at the team's averages coming in. Cloudland defense has been optional for them all year. They're giving up 31 a game. So they've already allowed that per their season average. But a Husky offense who's only scored 28 points a game, they've got 7 more with their 35 in this first half. The Huskies looking to onside kicking, so it seems, and the ball skirts harmlessly out of bounds. Looks like we might redo it here from the 40. And this has just been a wild game. Delay a game on the Huskies. That'll back them up 5 yards to where they will now kick from the 35. Just increasingly odd, Derek.
I didn't know you could have a delay of game on a kickoff.
Yeah, neither did I, honestly. This is the first we've seen it this high school football season. There's a first for everything.
That is right.
Cloudland has not thrown their first pass attempt of the football game. They still have 30 points up on the scoreboard. Juan Soto set to square it away with 21 seconds left in the half. Soto puts boot to ball. An end-over-end kick that sends the Highlander return man back to the 20. Dangerous on the return. It's going to be Grayson Cole, and he's got some space, but gets tripped up from behind by Levi Gray. The Highlanders need to drive 60 yards in the final 13 seconds if they hope to put up another touchdown drive.
They do, but we've seen them do it before. We saw them all not long. They've been able to make long runs. And I wouldn't expect Cloudland to do really much of anything else. I'd expect them to run the football, do what's working, go that left side, trust those offensive linemen to get downfield, get some blockers. For North Greene, all you got to do is keep them in front of you. 13 seconds, you got the lead to go to half.
My typical advice would be, hey, maybe you knee it out to go to the break, but the way this game has gone, man, points are just flying everywhere. Highlanders go to the shotgun set for the first time. They go with the reverse play, the counter underneath to Grayson Cole, and he's stopped for a gain of 2 on the play.
Yeah, that time Cloudland tried to do a little bit of a trickery, misdirection style play. But again, North Greene, great discipline, great reading the quarterback's eyes, understands it's going to be a jet sweep to the right side, and North Greene's able to make the tackle.
Only 6 seconds remaining in the first half. Cloudland will use their second timeout. Likely just going to see one final play in this first half, but man, it has been a fun one here on the Tundra here tonight. This is the type of football I like to see. A lot of points, a lot in a hurry, too. It has been quick, back and forth affair, and everything that it promised to be, it's lived up to the billing through 2 quarters.
I totally agree. I understand defense is important. Man, it's just fun watching teams score back and forth. So this is the kind of game you love to see. You like to see that both teams are scoring in different ways. Cloudland's running the football a lot. North Greene's running it a lot too. But Thomas Darnell has took it upon himself to make some great throws when he needs to.
And on the other side of the football, we've seen a 3-headed attack at running back, but really the sole beneficiary, at least scoring, has been Landon Barnett. 4 touchdown rushes in the first half of play. You said it a number of times. It looks like he's just shot out of a bottle at some points. Again, the Highlanders go back to the shotgun. 2nd and 8 upcoming. Bryce Birchfield, the carry, and he's going to reverse field. He might score on the final play of the half, and he will. Birchfield takes it in from 52 yards out. Are you kidding me?
That is, it made me drop my jaw. I thought, Cloudland was going to run to that left side. North Greene was going to get a tackle. This time, Cloudland runs it to the left, but their tailback's able to cut right, make everybody bounce back, and he's able to beat him with the speed, get the angle. Cloudland goes out with a bang in this first half.
The absolute last thing that I expected with the Highlanders with the football, a run-heavy, power-eye team, 2 plays, and they find pay dirt from 52 yards out. It's a scamper by Bryce Birchfield on his 3rd carry of the game. Just mind-boggling the amount of points we've seen. 71 combined points in the first half of play. So if you took the over your pockets are going to feel a lot better tomorrow morning. Birchfield reverses out the handoff. Up the middle is stopped short of the goal line. So something to take into the halftime break. A final stop on, I guess, the final play of the half, but truly the final play goes for 6. Cloudland jumps ahead by 1. They lead it 36-35 here. We've played 2 at the Tundra. Cloudland leads it after a last-second score as time expired. So a lot to talk about as we enter the Heritage Community Bank halftime report. We'll get to all that and more, including scores from around the region as we get you up to date as high school football reaches its, let's call it the boiling point here in mid-October. We'll take a break. When we come back, all that and more when we return right here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
With the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them, and while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Greene Shopping Center.
We welcome you back here to the Heritage Bank halftime report, as right now Cloudland leads North Greene in the Tundra 36-35. We take a look at some other region scores around the area. Unicoi County at halftime leads Claiborne 21-6. At halftime, Pigeon Forge is leading Cott County 32-21. 1:48 to go in the second quarter. Cherokee leads David Crockett 35-20. First quarter still, this is the last report. Sullivan East is trailing Elizabeth, and Elizabeth leads that one 21-7. Sullivan East looking for their first win still of the season. At halftime, Happy Valley leads West Greene 39-0. Happy Valley looking comfortable in the driver's seat of that one. Second quarter, Cloudland leads North Greene. Oh, I already said that. 36-35. Second quarter, Tennessee High and Sevier County is knotted up at 7 apiece. Sevier County 6-1 on the season. Having a little bit of trouble with Tennessee High. It's 5-3 on the season. Both teams are great teams. Tied at 7 apiece in the second quarter. Halftime, Cosby leads Sunbright 12-0. Cosby still trying to look for a battle to get into the third place spot here in the region. Greenville leads Volunteer 28-0 with 10:41 to go in the second quarter. That was the last report. Halftime, Morristown East trails Westridge 21-7. So unfortunately, Chris Sauceman's own Modern still goes down and is losing right now 1-7 on this season. When we come back, we'll look at stats from the first half here on the First Horizon Green Sports Zone and the Heritage Bank Community Halftime Report.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hardworking equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
No more sitting in a waiting room when you're feeling awful. Baileyton Drug Company now offers a all-in-one test kit. Just pick it up at 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton. Take it home and test once for COVID, flu A, flu B. Then call or text us a picture of your positive results, and a pharmacist will fill your prescription for easy pickup, all from the comfort of your own home. Baileyton Drug Company, 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton, or visit our website, BaileytonDrugCompany.com.
One thing we all have in common is the need for a good running vehicle. Here at 107 Tire and Service Center, we make that achievable with our affordable prices on repairs. Our certified techs equipped to work on any major or minor repair from brakes to engine replacements, and we offer high quality parts and a 12-month or 12,000-mile parts and labor warranty on most repairs. Come and see us at 6256 Irwin Highway in Chuckey, Tennessee, or give us a call at 620-4970.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
We wrangle your tangles.
For a garage door without the long wait at D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
And we welcome you back here at the Tundra as we continue our Heritage Community Bank halftime report here at the break, where North Greene trails Cloudland by a score of 36-35. Cloudland a score as the second quarter expired, much like they did, Derek, on the last play of the first quarter. They do it in very similar fashion to take a 1-point lead into the halftime break. A matchup that I can't just help smiling thinking back about. What an incredible football game we've been witness to through 2 quarters of play. A whole lot of offense. We're about to get into it on the stats. Let's go through the Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap, though, because the game starts. If you're North Greene, it takes just 48 seconds, and you're into the box. 3 plays, 60-yard touchdown drive, and it was Leon Johnson scoring from 55 yards out. And a couple responses later, a couple plays ran by Cloudland. They fumble it. Keynote, put an asterisk next to that, by the way. And then North Greene would respond with 4 touchdowns in succession in their following drives. Cloudland, meanwhile, would respond with 5 touchdowns in their following 5 drives. So what does that make? 11 total drives?
Yep.
10 have gone for touchdowns between these two teams. 71 combined points, a whole lot of yards, but not as much as I would have expected because the field position has not been great for either defenses. And let's just go ahead and hop into these stats because it's been a sight to behold. But also circling that fumble, that's been the only time that neither of these teams have scored. No punts, no turnover on downs, no takeaways besides that one punt on the opening drive for Cloudland. So 35-36 here at the break. Huskies trail by 1. Let's talk about the Cloudland top performers. It's been a rushing attack. They have not attempted a pass through 2 quarters. Strictly power I formation. Bryce Birchfield, the quarterback, 3 carries, 79 yards and a touchdown. The last carry of the first half, going 52 yards for a touchdown score. Grayson Cole, a lot of talk about him coming in. Just 67 yards, no scores through the first half. But Derek, the man of the hour has been Landon Barnett. 7 carries, 131 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's been an absolute force on the ground. And Coach Hensley going to need to talk to that defense and come up with an answer to stop Barnett come this second half.
Yeah, by far. He is by far the most dangerous weapon that Cloudland has right now. And he's tearing the defense apart. The defense, and he's so elusive, he can't be tackled. And when he does get grabbed on, he shows how strong he is and stays up. And that's exactly what he's done. He's looked like, I like the analogy you used to close that half. He looks like he's been shot out of a cannon. He's absolutely everywhere. He's a beast. And when he's got that open space, he's gone.
You add in 7 yards from Walker Gouge, Derek. This is an offense that ran for 277 yards in that first half. 5 touchdown runs on the ground, but they did have that fumble early on, but they still lead by 1. It didn't matter in the end of it all because you did steal that late one back. You also stole one after the onside kick you recovered. Take it over to North Greene, on the other hand, a much more balanced attack, at least through the air. They've tried to get things going. Thomas Darnell has been uber efficient, 7 of 10 for 96 yards, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions. On the ground, Darnell with 5 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown score. Leon Johnson, 80 yards and a touchdown on the ground attack. Braden Weems has been a busy man as well, 42 yards on his 8 carries with a touchdown. Kelson Estep, the top pass catcher, 33 yards on his 4 receptions, 2 touchdown receptions. Brandon Weems has the most yards for a Husky pass catcher with his 3 catches and 63 yards. And Derek, I'll ask your keys to the second half when we come back from break, but I feel like the Huskies have left Brandon Weems and a couple of big plays on the board in that first half. Looks like he was an inch or 2 away from springing one, a ball overthrown by a yard, and the Huskies might have even more points on the board.
Yeah, and that's just one of the things that you would like to see your offense clean up. That's one of the very few things your offense can clean up off that first half because both offenses were running efficiently. Both offenses were doing exactly what they wanted to. That was kind of a break that Cloudland had on their defensive side. But still, it ended up in points. It didn't count you out in points. But you think about it, going into the second half, this game, if it continues the way it's on, the first defense to get a stop is going to win this football game. And right now, you cannot have those little bit of misclicks of a yard overthrown, a drop ball. That's the kind of stuff you need to clean up in the halftime.
549 total offensive yards combined between these two teams. The Huskies with 272 total yards of their own, 176 on the ground. Of course, that 7 of 10 passing for 96 through the air. And Derek, one more thing before we go to break. You mentioned it a couple times. The Huskies have just been able to run the ball at will here tonight. They will be on defense coming out of the gates in this second half, but when you get the ball back, say you do get a stop, do you go back to that ground attack and do you continue to lean on that offensive line of Pierce, Suggs, Hurd, Russell, Bernard? They've been excellent so far tonight. Do you go back to that?
Yeah, I think you do because it continues. If you get the ball back, and if you stop Cloudland from not scoring on this next drive that they're going to have, and you get the ball back, you want to run that clock down because if you take away time, that's the only thing that's going to stop this Cloudland offense, looks like right now, is because they only can run the football. So if you're going to take away their time, they're going to have to throw the football and get out of their element. So I think you run the football, especially behind these veterans on the offensive line. You got Thomas Darnell, you got Braden Weems, but then you also have Brandon Weems on the outside who you can hit a little play action and go over the top with. North Greene definitely, if they get their running game going, that really opens up their whole playbook on offense.
All right, with about 2 minutes left to go before we kick things off in this second half, we'll take the break. When we come back, our Heritage Community Bank halftime report will conclude, and we'll give you our second half keys to success. Again, your score at the halftime break, it's North Greene 35, Cloudland 36. You're listening to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back to a ever increasingly cold Tundra with Cloudland leading North Greene 36-35 at the break. And Derek, as the crowd collectively reaches towards their bags and puts on their jackets, we head into this second half heating up. Two offenses that have lit up the scoreboard. 71 total combined points. Yeah, you know where I'm going to start with this second half key success. How can the Husky defense keep the Highlanders out of the end zone, and how can they keep, I guess, their offense off of the field? Because it feels like in that second quarter, the Huskies unable to really string anything together defensively, and it was a bunch of 50-plus yard runs by Cloudland.
Yeah, both offenses are very hot. They're like 100 degrees hot, but the defenses are ice cold. They're there. You can tell they're playing in the Tundra. They're freezing. So, yeah, defensively, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to fix that running game. And I honestly think, I don't know what Cloudland saw or what Cloudland's thinking, but they're running it to the left side very efficiently.
Yeah.
So, right now for North Greene, I would stack that box on that left side. Make them run differently. Once they show you they can run consistently to that right side or up the middle or spread you out a little bit, then you can adjust. But I think your first goal is just stop on the defensive line. Get a hit on that line of scrimmage on at least one of the running backs. If you can knock them a little off balance, it'll be much easier to tackle them. Then they're 10 yards down the field, full head of steam. You're not going to bring them down then.
And I guess it's a hard thing to ask because the Huskies have been so efficient offensively. I mean, I don't know if they could be any more successful. 5 for 5 on their touchdown drives in that first half. But if you had one word of advice to keep the foot on the gas coming into this third quarter, what would it be?
Hit off the big plays. We saw a couple of times, especially as that half went to a close, not much, but a few times there were some big plays that was missed that North Greene definitely could have capitalized on. Those big plays are like daggers going into the side of Cloudland's defense, especially understanding now, okay, I got to watch out for these deep balls. So if you continue to run the football well, these big plays will continue to be shown. And you'd like to see Thomas Darnell, Brandon Weems, and maybe even get a little bit of another wide receiver involved.
Oh, absolutely. And if you had one word of advice for Cloudland, I'm not really into giving the opposition any advice, but if you were in that line of business, what would it be?
Continue to play your game. I mean, you're running the football well. Defensively, you're not stopping North Greene. I don't think you can stop North Greene. Right now, this defense looks tired. North Greene's having their way with them on play action, running the football, throwing the football. But offensively, if you continue to play your game, you're going to be in this game late until North Greene can show that they can stop you.
Well, Cloudland will return the second half kickoff, and that will take place when we come back, just about 2 minutes away from starting things up back for the second half at the Tundra with Cloudland leading North Greene 36-35. You're listening to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. $24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team. IHOP at Davy Crockett Travel Centers. Breakfast that brings you back. Open 24/7 right off I-81, exit 36.
And we welcome you back here from the ice-cold Tundra, a minute away from starting things off in the second half. We mentioned just before we left you, Cloudland will return the second half, but they have been an offensive juggernaut through 2 quarters of play. But to their credit, so have the North Greene Huskies. An update from Volunteer High School. Greenville takes a 28-0 lead after a 60-yard touchdown catch from Zayden Anderson. Meanwhile, over on Warrior Hill, the update. Happy Valley leading West Greene 45-0 after Happy Valley returns the opening kickoff. Derek, Happy Valley outscores West Greene 38-0 in that second quarter and into this third quarter. That was a 7-0 game at the end of one. And going back to our point, a Buffalo team that hasn't been terrible. They've just not put together 4 quarters of consistent football here this season.
Yeah, it seems like they come out emotionally ready to play, emotionally hot, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of like the game starts, the physicality gets to them, and that's what happens when you have a younger bunch. We saw that last year with Chucky Doe. They had a lot of freshmen playing. It's normal to have that happen, but for West Greene, you would like to see them be a little bit more physical going throughout the game.
Well, let's talk about that physicality because, hey, this is a matchup coming in that we thought was going to be low scoring, fist fight back and forth, but it has since divulged into nothing but that. 36-35, let's start this second half. Defense optional, so it seems tonight in the Tundra here for the whiteout game. Juan Soto set to square away the onside kick. At least that's what I'm calling. And we patiently await the opening kickoff of the second half. Soto puts boot to ball, a squabbler left side, and it knocks off a Highlander return man out of bounds where a flag will be thrown. Derek, I did think that glanced off the hands of Johnson there for Cloudland. But either way, another short field for a hot offense here tonight. And that's really why you look at the points put up and you look at the yards. You would expect more yards. Now, 272 total yards for the North Greene Huskies, just 277. Not too bad for the Highlanders, all coming on the ground. But these two teams have had excellent field position throughout.
Yeah, they definitely have, and that's a big key on why the scoreboard looks the way it does. You start out on plus territory, it's going to be a lot easier to play your game compared to you being back inside your own red zone.
Birchfield back at the quarterback. Again, they go to the gun. This time a handoff left side, and it's going to be the halfback, Grayson Cole, scampering upfield for a gain of about 8. Hello and welcome back as we begin this second half. Derek Tarleton, Scott Anthony, our cameraman. Derek, our producer and color analyst this evening at the Tundra. So an 8-yard carry by Cole, and the Highlander offense is moving, picking up right where they left off in that second quarter. They scored as time expired to end the first and second quarters of play, and Birchfield immediately under center, another handoff to the left side of the line as getting upfield in a hurry there is Landon Barnett. We've seen that a number of times already here tonight. He reaches out towards the line to gain, and it looks like it will be enough to move the chains. Our first Marsh Propane first down of the second half.
Yeah, I mean, this second half, we saw it a lot more as the first half went on. Cloudland's starting to play a lot more of misdirection football. They was running it simple, left, right side. Now they're doing a lot more misdirection, making North Greene have to think.
Back to the shotgun formation. Birchfield, the quarterback counter off the right side. He's watched by a couple of Husky defenders, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Braden Weens with the Huskies' third stop in the backfield here tonight. The Highlanders have still Birchfield into the end zone for a Cloudland touchdown. And with 10:03 left to play, the Highlanders strike first in the second half. The offense continues to be poured on here at the Tundra. 42-35, our updated score, as Cloudland extends its lead. How long was that? The two-point conversion stopped short. No good. And with 10:03, we go to break. Your score here in the third, it's Cloudland 42, North Greene 35.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online, and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. Braden Weems on the ensuing kickoff return, and with 9:55 remaining here in the third quarter, Cloudland with a 2-minute touchdown drive coming out. That's your Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap. It was a Bryce Birchfield run from a long ways away, and this offensive outpouring continues. The Huskies with their worst field position of the night. Darnell back to the two-back set in the gun. It's a handoff up the middle to Leon Johnson. He'll barrel forward for about a 5-yard gain and cut the to-go distance in half.
Everything now is going against North Greene to start the second half. They let the score go by. Now they got bad field position. We can see now how North Greene wants to attack, facing a lot bigger field.
Two backs to Darnell's left. The shotgun snap, and it'll be a sprint out to the left side. Huskies trying to dial one up deep. It's a throw to Weems, and it's intercepted over the middle. Bryce Birchfield coming back from that backside safety position right underneath the pass thrown by Darnell. And a flag thrown on the play. It's going to be, looks like a illegal man downfield, so it doesn't matter. Cloudland football from the Husky 47.
Yeah, Cloudland got in the backfield, got into Darnell's face. We saw Darnell in the first half. He took some hits, but he was able to stand in the pocket. This time, he still took the hit. He still stood in the pocket, but he threw it in a double coverage. That's never a good recipe for success. Great job by the Cloudland defender. Going up, grabbing the ball.
And they dial it up. That's the first time a Husky offensive drive has not resulted in a touchdown. The second takeaway from both teams tonight. The first was a Cloudland fumble on the first possession of the game. And in the first possession for the Huskies in the second half, they throw an interception. 1st and 10 carry here for the Highlanders, and it's a inside run for Grayson Cole. He picks up a good chunk again on first down. It's been kind to the Highlanders. You get ahead of the chains, your entire playbook is open for second down, where they'll now face a 2nd and 5 from the Husky 42.
Yeah, exactly. And how Cloudland's offense is operating is to be in the lead and control that lead, and that's exactly where they're at right now. They're up by a score. They got the ball. They can run the clock down, and they can continue to play their offense, which is very key against the North Greene defense that has shown they can't stop you.
The fullback moves from left to right again. A handoff up the middle to Cole, and man, he just runs physical. He puts his head down, and he runs and falls forward at will. This time, going to move the chains for a Marsh Propane first down, bringing up the fresh set of downs from the Husky 31.
Absolutely. He looks very mad when he runs the football, and that's what the kind of running back you'd like to see for any coach. Any coach likes to see their running back want to take the physicality, want to make people miss, but also if you're going to hit me hard, knock me down, or otherwise I'm going to push you over, and that's exactly what Cloudland's doing right now.
You love a good angry running back. We've seen a number of those this season, and with 8 minutes left to go, that angry back will line up right behind Birchfield. This time it's Landon Barnett getting stopped at the line of scrimmage, and a late surge back, and this Husky defense just needing a response at this point. They need one stop. They've yet to get one since that opening drive.
Yeah, that's a big start to this drive to get a quick stop. We haven't seen the Cloudland field goal kicker come out this game. So it makes you wonder, will Cloudland go for it on 4th down? If you can get a stop here, you would like to keep them farther back behind the chains if that does happen.
And Birchfield going to draw back to attempt his first pass of the night. He's scrambling in the pocket, evading some pressure, and he's got a man downfield, and it's caught. Oh, my goodness. What a way to pull out the first pass attempt of the game on the bootleg. And it's Austin Simmerly catching that football to move the chains. A critical first down conversion that covers 10 yards.
It threw North Greene for a loop because they ain't seen a pass. They was expecting a run. I was expecting a run. I think everybody in here was. And they threw North Greene's defense for a loop. Somehow the tight end was able to make just an open route, standing at the 20, waving his arms. He's wide open and was able to make a miraculous catch.
And just a play that you look up and you say, how did that happen? Well, it happened. And the Landers move the chains. Barnett on the outside run to the left. It continues to be the case that you move on, and Cloudland has looked better and better each and every possession.
They really have. They're looking tough. They started this game, and I was thinking, man, this game could be over by half because North Greene came out firing. Cloudland didn't even look like they wanted to be here the way they was playing slow, not physical. And as the game's moved on, they are showing that now they are the more physical team, and they're going to play this game at their tempo.
Birchfield back to the shotgun here. He'll run it off the left side on the sweep play and get met off the left side by two Husky defenders. Colton Suggs and Levi Gray teaming up for the stop for the Huskies. One of the rare times we've seen Cloudland held back and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that's the 4th time we've seen it tonight.
That's big for North Greene's defense. It's a 3rd down and 5. Now you have to get a stop here. This feels like a must stop for North Greene just to get a little bit of confidence back in the second half.
After the loss of 1, the Highlanders going to run it again to the left side. And it's Birchfield once again picking up the yardage needed to move the chains. Another Marsh Propane first down as the Highlanders march deeper into the Gary's Paint Body red zone.
You can definitely tell Cloudland's playing this game at their pace now. They're saying, this is our game. We're putting our mark on this game. We're up by 7. We can get up by 14 and really be comfortable in the lead the way our offense is playing. That's what they're doing.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. It's a toss play left side. Barnett reaching out. Can't get there in time, but he does have the line to gain. Marked just short of the pylon off that left side. And with 5:10 remaining in the quarter, the Highlanders with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Now the playbook's wide open for Cloudland. We could see a misdirection. We could see him just be physical and run up the middle. North Greene's defense has got a lot of hands on hips. You can tell they're tired because they're playing this physical team. They're doing the same plays. And now it's kind of demoralizing because now all of a sudden Cloudland's just doing whatever they want to.
42-35, Cloudland threatening with another touchdown. Birchfield under center, reverses out. It's Grayson Cole, untouched, into the end zone. Touchdown, Cloudland. They take a 2-score lead.
Right out the middle is what they elected to do. They said, you know what? We're the more physical team in this game so far, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Excellent play call. It's just simple, right out the middle.
Such a methodical drive, and a drive in which you got it into plus territory after your interception, and probably the longest drive we've seen put together by either side tonight. And with 5:08 on the clock, Cloudland punches it in from 3 yards out to make it 48-35 Landers after Grayson Cole's first touchdown of the evening. Quickly goes at Birchfield in the gun to attempt the 2-point try, and he'll lunge in. It's good. Tack 2 onto the board. Cloudland extends its lead. They've got half 100. Your score as we go to break. 5:08 left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's Cloudland 50, North Greene 35.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Our update here at the Tundra, it's Cloudland 50, North Greene 35. Our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap. The longest drive put together of the night, a 3-minute, 58-second drive by the Highlanders, and they punch it in. Just needed 48 yards to do so after the takeaway, and it is Grayson Cole reaching pay dirt from 3 yards out. Here on the ensuing return, it's the Huskies and Parker Collins, the freshman, taking it up near the 40-yard line. A flag back at the 30-yard line as the Husky athletic training staff will go out to take a look at, I believe that's Braden Weems on the ground there. So not a great sight if you're a Husky fan. We'll give him a chance to get his bearings about him. 4:59 left to play in the quarter. We take the injury timeout. Your score, it's Cloudland 50, North Greene 35.
With the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them, and while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Greene Shopping Center.
It is Braden Weems for the North Greene Huskies. He's being helped off by the Husky athletic training staff. So hoping the best for that young man. Hoping he's going to be able to shake that one off. With 4:59 left here in the third quarter at the Tundra. Cloudland leading 50-35. They've scored 20 unanswered. A couple of updates around the region. Greenville leading Volunteer 35-0 at the break. Zayden Anderson can play football. 5 catches for 234 yards and 4 touchdowns. Caden Baugh, meanwhile, 7 of 12 passing for 253 and 4 scores as the Greenville Green Devils look to move to 7-1 on the year. Also at the end of the third quarter over on Warrior Hill, Happy Valley leads West Greene 52-0. Derek Happy Valley scoring with their third defensive touchdown of the night. A 90-yard pick six gives them that 52-0 lead. First down carry by Leon Johnson over here, however, and it was a personal foul assessed on the kickoff. It was a late hit against Braden Weems as the training staff took him to the medical tent. And the 10-yard carry by Johnson that moves the chains for a Marsh Propane first down. Johnson to Darnell's right. The other Weems brother, Brandon, to his left. He'll get the carry now, spinning off a defender and a tackle near the 30-yard line as he gets pushed back after a late surge.
Yeah, and you can tell Cloudland now has a lot more of aggression to them. They're coming out a lot more physical, starting to hit a lot more physical. And honestly, that's what you'd expect for a team now that has put up half 100 here tonight. They're coming out aggressive. They understand, hey, this game's in our hands now. North Greene's playing from behind. Cloudland's coming out being aggressive. We'll see if North Greene can respond.
Call it a 2-yard gain there for Brandon Weems. Brand 1 Weems, as we like to call him up here. Johnson going to get the second down carry. Right side, the sweep play. He'll shrug off a tackler and then prance out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Hey, Leon Johnson, one of the two guys that we typically see in that North Greene backfield, but with Weems out, he's got to toe the majority of those touches. So far, he's been pretty productive. A pair of 10-yard runs, and the Huskies are knocking on the door to the Gary's Paint Body red zone.
North Greene has a lot of depth on that running back side. And also, very interesting formation. They got one wide receiver over here on the far left sideline. Interested to see where the play is here.
Darnell the read up the middle. He'll call his own number. Bounces one off to the right side and gets horse collar tackled. Moving towards the far sideline and reaching out towards the marker. But in a productive gain on first down, and the Huskies march deeper and deeper into that red zone. Second and short coming up for Darnell and co.
Yeah, that time they had the space on the outside. Darnell just pulled the ball. Kevin himself decided that he had a better angle and a better run than Johnson did. And it looked like he did. He's now on 2nd and short.
The Huskies moving it. 2 tight ends into the game. Darnell drops back to pass. He'll tuck it up, run up the middle, spinning pass. Is Walker Googe on the play. He's got the line to gain and more. A gain of 6 on the play. And Darnell continues to show his prowess as a runner as the Huskies set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, again, just keep it yourself. If you feel like you can get the yardage, drop your shoulder, get in there to the end zone, that's what you need. Now, North Greene feels like on a must touchdown scoring drive here. They're right on, knocking on the door. Need to get in the end zone quickly, though, because time is running out.
Darnell breaks the huddle. An H-back to his left. Johnson at his left tip. Johnson with the carry. He'll bounce off a Highlander into the end zone. A touchdown for Leon Johnson. And North Greene eats into this Cloudland lead.
We can hear the fans getting into it. North Greene, great run right up the middle. Gets a nice little guard pull, looked like. Had the guy come into the middle. Leon Johnson makes a man miss, breaks through a tackle, and then falls right in the end zone.
Leon Johnson finds the end zone for the 2nd time here today from 5 yards out this time to make it 50-41. Huskies trail by 9. They're going to keep the offense out on the field. The swinging gate formation, and Darnell will have a wide open lane to the end zone. Nobody on that right side of the field, and Darnell's 2-point try, good. We've got a 1-score game on our hands. Once again, 2:14 to play in the quarter. Your updated score, it's Cloudland 50, North Greene 43. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Unfortunately, laundry is for everyone. Luckily, so is 70 and Summer Coin Laundry. As Greenville's first-in-class laundromat, 70 and Summer Coin Laundry proudly offers Greene County and the surrounding areas an always clean and video-monitored environment to safely utilize their coin and card-operated machines that have the option to operate in both Spanish and English language, and their high-capacity washers and dryers. And for your convenience, detergent, fabric, softener, and snack machines are available. So finally, Laundry Day can be your favorite day at 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, located at 1045 West Summer Street.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hello and welcome back from the Tundra here on Whiteout Night. The Tundra getting a little chippy here with 2:14 left to go in the quarter. 50-43, a Husky touchdown and 2-point conversion makes it a 1-score game once again. Derek, tell us about that most recent Husky scoring drive for our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap.
Husky kept the ball for 2 minutes and 46 seconds, went 46 yards, and then Leon Johnson took it in for a 5-yard touchdown rush.
Second touchdown run of the night for Johnson. And going back to what we've been saying, it's been one of those games where these teams have had short field position. That time the Huskies, with the benefit, I guess, you never want to see your player get hurt. Braden Weems sideline on the play, but a late hit that advances your offense to where you're starting in plus field. And the Huskies very nearly getting the onside kick there, but an illegal touching is what it will be rendered as it bounces off the hands of Darnell. Not sure, but I thought that one went 10 yards.
Yeah, it definitely did look like it went 10 yards. I mean, they kicked it off at the 35. And that definitely, I believe, was 10 yards, but we digress and we move on to Cloudland having the football.
Hey, once again, another possession that starts in plus territory. This time the Highlanders will take advantage. At the Husky 49, Birchfield under center, power I, power toss, right side, stepping through tackle, stiff-arming defenders. It's Grayson Cole. Hey, if Landon Barnett was the back of the first half, Grayson Cole says, Coach, hey, I want the ball more in the second half. So far, he's delivered. Another 10-yard run for Cole, and the Highlanders move the chains.
Yeah, and if you ask for the ball to get, if you ask your coach, hey, I want this football, you better do something with it. He sure is doing something with it right now. This second half has been all him for the Cloudland offense. And right now, North Greene's just not showing any urgency on defense to make a tackle.
And it seems like later and later as we get into this game, the Cloudland offensive line continues to become more physical. Counterplay here by the Highlanders. An underneath handoff for Landon Barnett as he gets pushed forward for a gain of 2 on the play. A couple of bodies hit the floor. Heard that song before. And a couple more slow to get up. But we play on. So a stop at the line of scrimmage. We'll redo 2nd and 10 this time from the 37.
Yeah, that's a good stop for North Greene's defense, but North Greene's done this before in this game. They've had a good stop right at the line of scrimmage or even a loss of yardage, and then they can't do nothing with it because Cloudland's just able to get the yardage here. We'll see if North Greene can come up with a scheme to kind of make Cloudland uncomfortable, continue to make them stay behind the chains, maybe make Cloudland in a throwing situation so that way you can defend it better.
Birchfield quickly under center. Everybody on the left side of the line of scrimmage. It's a toss play to Walker Googe. On his 3rd carry of the game, he's got the sideline and gets tripped up after he passes the marker. Essentially a touchdown saving tackle by Matthew Boyd, but another Marks Propane first down by Cloudland's offense.
Yet again, that left side just takes it, gets the toss, gets enough blocking, and then gets the first down on a 2nd and 10. That's really demoralizing for this defense, seeing that clock tick. Now, under 30 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, you're down by 7. Your offense just needs you to get a stop. They can score, but they need you to get a stop. You just can't get one.
Well, the 7-yard carry there. I'm sorry, the 12-yard carry, that is. 12 yards and a new set of downs for the Highlanders. They'll set up shot from the 25. Birchfield again going to Googe, this time on the handoff, and he'll get swarmed by a couple of Huskies. 5 yards downfield, again, productive on first down, and that will bring it in to our 3rd quarter. We played 3 here from the Tundra. Your score, it's Cloudland 50, North Greene 43. Cloudland driving, threatening with more when we come back. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Well, we return from the Tundra, and we begin the 4th quarter of play. We've already had 93 combined points through 3 quarters, and the offense, let's just say it's not looking like it's slowing up anytime soon. 50-43, Cloudland leading by 7 over North Greene here on the whiteout night, and 1 quarter left to play. Throw your 4s up, Derek. This is going to be a wire-to-wire finish, and it's going to be a good one.
It really will. It really is going to be. And good news for North Greene. I'm seeing Braden Weems out here walking. But just a little bit of a limp. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make it for the rest of the game. But you can tell he's wanting to get back in this football game to help fight with his team.
2nd and 4 for the Highlander offense from the Husky 20 as they break the huddle and they go back to that under center power eye look where they've dominated all night offensively. Birchfield reverses out. It's a handoff for Googe, and he gets stopped and pushed back, but coming away with the ball is Brandon Weems, but the whistles blow it dead. Weems with nobody within 10 yards. He had a walk-in touchdown if that one doesn't get blown dead. He took it away at the 25 and started to run away, but the whistle stopped him dead in his tracks. They will stop Googe with forward progress, and it's rendered as a 3-yard gain.
Man, that one was a close one. That right there, those are one of those calls. Did he blow it too early? Did he blow it too late? You know, it's one of those things, but I feel like that was just a smidge early on the whistle side. But we lead to play on the down, 3rd down.
3rd and 3 here for the Highlanders. They get back in the shotgun. It's Birchfield, quarterback power right side, and he'll meet a brick wall. 4 yards and a cloud of dust has been the story of this Cloudland offense. At times, when they're not breaking that big 50-plus yard touchdown run, and this one will move the chain. So the measurement is enough for the line to gain. They get it down to the 11 in the process. So 1st and 10 from that 11-yard line.
North Greene's defense now feels lifeless because they had that potential 50-50 kind of call, and now you're kind of just thinking, man, we can't get a call, we can't get a stop. The one time we did get a stop, now we got a penalty.
And flags do fly in from both the linesman and the line judge, and it's surely going to go against the Huskies here. And we'll be offsides against that Husky defense. We'll back them up even further with 10:31 left to play. Man, you talk about breaks. The Huskies have not gotten them here tonight, and they continue to commit those mistakes when they matter most. So
Yeah.
1st and 5 here is what it will bring up.
That's a big blow for this North Greene defense. You'd like to see him get a stop here, regain some confidence.
Birchfield under center, reverses out. It's a handoff. This time to Cole. He's wrapped up by Leon Johnson and company. Brandon Weems getting involved on the stop. And it is short of the line to gain, so a big 3rd down here from inside the 10-yard line.
This is a absolute huge 2nd down here for the Cloudland Highlanders. North Greene's defense, this feels like a breaking point for them. They need to get a stop. Best way to get a stop is to get a nice turnover. This is a potential spot. We've seen Cloudland fumble it once already. In a spot like this, you could see it fumble it again.
2nd and 2 for the Highlanders. It's bobbled by Birchfield, and the whistles blow the play dead. So, yes, it is false start against the Highlanders. But, man, what could have been. The 2nd time we've seen Birchfield have trouble with the snap. And this time the false start will back up to Highlanders. So, what is that saying called? It doesn't matter anymore. You had the 5 yards against your defense. You get it back. We're neutral. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 7 from the 10-yard line.
North Greene got a big break. Now 2nd and 7, making Cloudland have to now work a little bit more for a 1st down.
Back to the power toss right side. It is Cole, and he gets grabbed by the horse collar. Some flags will fly in as he reaches out towards the marker. And, man, a 4th quarter so far that's been characterized by the sheer number of penalties that we've seen. This one looks like it may be going against Cloudland. And it will be a hold against the Highlanders. That's huge for the North Greene defense. Could have been a 1st down. It ends up being a holding call when you're backed up by 10 yards. We'll redo 2nd down.
Yeah, it's an absolutely huge call. Cloudland now behind the sticks. We ain't seen Cloudland that many times this game behind the sticks, especially this far.
Yeah.
So, big spot for North Greene.
Very rarely have we seen that team backed up on 1st down. Maybe one, if that, tonight. Anyways, they go back to shotgun. Birchfield looks to the left. It's a power read, and he's got the edge. Kelson, he step in toe, and he will drag him down behind the line of scrimmage. Just what the doctor ordered. And again, those yellow markers litter the playing surface. The back judge comes in, and he'll have a word with the white cap.
They might be getting one of the North Greene defenders for a late hit. He fell on that pile a little later than everybody else.
I really hope not, Derek. Because that would not be a good call.
Definitely not.
Everybody on pins and needles as we await the call. And it's a personal foul against North Greene. Brutal beat. And it moves the ball up on what would have been a 3rd and 15 for the Highlanders. Half the distance to the goal line. It will be 3rd down, but it'll be a huge boost for that Cloudland offense. And just when North Greene has gotten a couple big stops, they've gotten A big stop in the backfield for one of the few times we've seen that tonight. A personal foul that moves it up inside the 10. 3rd and 7 from the 17, excuse me. Or from the 7-yard line. From the 9-yard line. I'm all over the place, Derek. Back to the power I they go. The Highlanders under center. Birchfield gets the snap and bobbles it, but whistles will stop the play dead. Have we run a complete play without a flag being thrown this drive? Moving back. It goes against Cloudland. False start, is that the call? I mean, I'm getting so confused with all these penalties, Derek. I don't know.
Yeah, imagine running the computer and trying to talk about this.
This is
This is rough. But, I mean,
the game couldn't be any more crazy.
Both teams right now are kind of just saying, I don't want it, you take it kind of mentality. That's what it feels like. I mean, both teams don't want the ball.
A very lengthy drive, to say the least. 8:18 left to go in the quarter. Birchfield reverses out. A toss right side, and it's Cole, and he gets banged around by a couple tacklers, and then pinballs up inside the 5, or right around the 5, I should say. And it will be 4th down. Wow. Probably the most important 4th down of the season. That's saying something considering what happened a couple weeks ago at Jellicoe.
That just shows you how impactful this region is. North Greene goes to Jellicoe, has a nail biter there. They got a nail biter here. This game's going to go down to the wire. This region is packed.
4th and 4 from the 6-yard line. And North Greene going to take a timeout and talk things over. We will too, returning in 30 seconds. 7.5 left to go in the ball game. It's Cloudland 50, North Greene 43.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. "24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team. IHOP at Davy Crockett Travel Center. Breakfast that brings you back. Open 24/7 right off I-81, exit 36.
7:32 remain in this one. It's been a fun back and forth affair. A lot of offense, defense, not so much. 4th quarter and a 4th down stop potentially could make this a brand new ball game and give the Huskies new life. However, a Cloudland score might just put this one out of reach. 7 points the lead for the Highlanders. They'll send the offense back onto the field coming out of the Husky timeout. The first call into the second half. Birchfield under center. Halfback behind him. 2 tight ends either side. An H-back to his left along with a receiver to that side. 4th and 4 from the 6-yard line. Birchfield, a man in motion, looking to get the Huskies to jump. As Cole lines up behind the fullback, and Cloudland now taking the time to take a timeout of their own. We'll keep it right here through the break. Take a look at some scores from across the region. We do have an update from Elizabethton. Happy Valley leading West Greene 52-0. Actually, that one has gone final. So your final is Happy Valley 52, West Greene 0. Of course, your score at the halftime break, it was Greenville leading Volunteer 35-0. That's our last update over from Church Hill. Good to see our Black Knights getting some revenge over the Greenville coming to play tonight. That's certainly a good one to see. Zayden Anderson, 4 receiving touchdowns in the first half. Wow, that was something else. Another game that has gone final. Westridge defeats Chris Austin's Morristown East 35-0. Brutal blow as the Hurricanes fall to 1-8. A couple other updates in this region. That's Region 1 single A. Cosby leads Sunbright 30-0 as they begin the 4th quarter over there. Another matchup that we were watching heading in, that Tennessee High and Sevier County game, still deadlocked at 7 at halftime, the last updated. We got a good one on our hands here from the Tundra, though. 7:27 to play. Cloudland leads at 50-43. And a big 4th down stop could be brewing here for the Husky defense.
Absolutely. North Greene, this is the biggest stop of the season. Biggest fourth down of the season. We'll see who wants to be more physical on this play.
They're going to pack it into a phone booth. Power I for the Highlanders. North Greene going to send 6 up to the line of scrimmage. And again, Cloudland going to take a chance to talk things over. They're going to huddle back again. I'm not sure I've ever seen that one, or perhaps just a clock malfunction. I think the white hat going to walk over towards that right hash. What is going on? I'm not sure I've ever seen that. They went up to the line of scrimmage and then had to huddle back again. Again, they will break the huddle, and they will walk up. A marathon drive for the Highlanders. How will it end? Birchfield reverses out. It's a fullback dive, and Cole will lunge towards the end zone.
We got the first down, but we short of the Baileyton. We will be first down, Cloudland Highlanders.
Matthew Boyd was coming over to the sideline saying that the ball popped free, but it is rendered a first down. Wow.
I don't know what's happening in this fourth quarter, but that's about the icing on the cake for Cloudland on this drive. Somehow dramatically has to come back into the huddle and then gets just a run up the middle, gets blockers, gets the first down. Now the drive is well in reach to get the score.
First and goal from the 1-foot line. Birchfield breaks the huddle. 2 fullbacks and a halfback behind him. Everybody and their mother along the line of scrimmage. Birchfield takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Cole. He gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage and kept out of the end zone. What a stop by that North Greene defense.
Talk about a goal line stand. That's what that was right there for North Greene. That's what they're going to have to do here. They're going to have to do a bend but don't break mentality.
Can the Huskies have history repeat itself? 2 weeks ago, they kept their win over Jellicoe with that goal line stand against the Blue Devils. This time, Cloudland threatening to put this one out of reach, could do so with the score. Huskies needing to keep the Highlanders out of the end zone. That goes without saying. Birchfield, the snap, reverses out. It's a power toss, and Cole pinballing off of defenders. Touchdown, Cloudland. Touchdown, Grayson Cole from a yard out. And Cloudland takes a 2-score lead with 6.5 remaining.
Yeah, just a quick toss to the right side, and Cole's able to bounce back into the middle, gets behind a blocker, runs into the end zone. Cloudland caps off felt like 30-minute drive.
It feels like we haven't seen that North Greene offense in half an hour. What a drive. A 6-minute drive. By far the longest we've seen from either side here tonight. And Cloudland will line up to attempt the 2-point try. Birchfield off the right end. Into the end zone. Successful. They'll extend their lead. Your score with 6:29 remaining. It's Cloudland 58, North Greene 43.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hardworking equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
Well, a 5.5-minute drive for the Highlanders, and they take a 58-43 lead over the North Greene Huskies. Derek, a quarter, which has just been head-scratching, and a marathon drive for the Highlanders, a 4th down conversion inside the 10, and they take a 2-score lead here late in this one.
Yeah, it was a crazy drive. But now if you're North Greene, you got to put that behind you. You got to get down and score points quickly and give your defense a chance to come back.
And I think that's the one hope that you have. You've scored on all but one possession, yet you still trail by 2 touchdowns. An onside kick recovered by Cloudland earlier in the game. They'll attempt another one here, but it is recovered by Kelson Eastep. And a fumble for Cloudland themselves. I'm not sure where these extra possessions are coming from. You had the one steal at the end of the half with that last-second touchdown as the quarter expired. You had the onside kick, and you had that turnover coming out of the gates in this third quarter. If you're North Greene, how urgent is a score here?
Yeah, it's going to have to come in, I would think, within 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, you're going to have to go down the field. And so far, their scoring drives has been less than 2 minutes. So that's exactly what you like to see for North Greene. You want your defense to have as much time to really get the ball back.
A bunch set to the bottom of the field here for the Huskies. Leon Johnson, the pistol back behind Darnell. He'll drop back to pass. Looking deep. He's going to rear back. He's got a man, and it's Matthew Boyd, but it's incomplete. Couple of yards over the shoulder. A couple of yards too far from Darnell, and the pass falls innocently incomplete on what could have been a huge play.
We brought it up at halftime. There was one play before the halftime ended, or before the first half ended, that Darnell overthrew Brandon Weems. And that time, he overthrew him again, threw the wide receiver again. Those little things need to be kind of cleaned up. The timing issues need to be cleaned up. Darnell's played a great game, but he needs to clean up a little bit of timing issues.
Shotgun snap to Darnell. He'll run it off to his left. He's got the edge, and he'll have more, and he'll get out past the marker, move the chains for North Greene. First down, and a March Propane first down.
Exactly what you need. Quick first downs, get to the line, get set, keep moving, make this Cloudland defense feel, but now their back's against the wall.
And like you said, get out of bounds. Stop the clock. That's the modus operandi, I think, with here. 6 and 10 remaining. 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. 58-43. You trail by 15. You need a score. Need to do it quickly. Darnell, 3 receivers out to his right. He'll take the snap. They'll play action boot. Darnell out to the right. He'll shrug off a sack and throw it to the knees of his intended target. To the feet, rather, as it skirts off the permafrost.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that time Darnell really had nowhere to go. He had 4 defenders in his face. The 5th one was actually going after a cornerback or a wide receiver. But he had 4 defenders in your face. You can't really do much when you look up and all you see is blue and white or yellow.
Cloudland does get home on the blitz. Fortunately, though, you were booting him out, so he was on the move, able to evade some pressure. Darnell again will pass quickly. The quick screen to the slot man in Brandon Weems, and he'll get stopped after a 5-yard catch and run. Brandon Weems' first catch here in the second half.
Yeah, I think he get more involved in the second half as the clock keeps ticking. Every time you look up at the clock, you're seeing it start going tick, 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 and that's not what you want to see if you're a North Greene player.
Also the first completion of the second half for Thomas Darnell. 1 for 4, 5 yards. Of course, that interception to begin things in that third quarter. Where has the time gone? Cloudland has been ball hogs this second half. Darnell will drop back to pass. He's looking left. He's got a man deep. It's Weems, and again, it's overthrown as Weems was sprinting. A man 5 yards to his right, but what again looked like to be a surefire touchdown. If that pass is just thrown 5 yards shorter.
Yeah, that's now 3 that we've seen. 2 that could have been on this drive to score. And now North Greene this is the ball game. Can they get the first down here to keep the drive alive?
4th and 5 from the Lander 35. Huskies trying to go hard count to get the Highlanders to be drawn off sides. Darnell looks to the sideline to change the play at the line of scrimmage. And Cloudland will look to get their best defensive play out on the field. They'll take the timeout. We'll take the break. 5:18 to play here in the final quarter. It's Cloudland 58, North Greene 43.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, Our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
5:18 left to play in this one. North Greene with a 4th down coming out of the timeout. Cloudland's second of the second half. There, one remaining. North Greene still 2 timeouts in the back pocket. 5:18 to play with. You're down 2 scores, Derek. You need a conversion here, though.
Yeah, this is a big spot. You would think this potentially could be the game. I mean, North Greene, obviously, we've seen crazier. They could come back. North Greene looks like they're going a little trickery here out of the timeout.
They do line up in the Wildcat. Brandon Weems in the gun with Leon Johnson to his right, and they're going to scatter all over the place. Darnell slides back to his normal shotgun post. And this time, Coach Tilson going to take a chance to talk things over. I'm not sure. Well, we ran that one time in college, but not successfully. I'm not sure I've seen it since. That was a very interesting formation and shift by the North Greene Huskies.
That reminded me of like a Michigan 2018 style. They line it up in that one full I formation. They all burst it out to one side. I've only seen it work a couple of times at any level of the sport. I think North Greene's plan there was try to get maybe Cloudland to jump off sides.
Absolutely. We do have an update for you from Churchill as they start the second half over there. Greenville takes a 42-0 lead. They might be trying to put up 70 on that team who put up 70 a week ago. Colton Smith with a 32-yard touchdown reception. Shout out to the Green Devils taking care of business over in Churchill. Darnell looking to take care of business here on 4th and 5 as he breaks the huddle coming out of the timeout. 3 receivers off to the left side. Johnson to his right. Biggest down of the game. Motion in the slot. Darnell will take it off the right side. Stiff arms the defender. Reaches out towards the line to gain. They're going to call him out at the 30. And this might call for a measurement. I mean, it is close.
I'm going to be honest. I don't agree with that spot that they're giving him. I thought he had 2 yards because he reached the ball at about the time he stepped out.
Yeah, I thought it was a questionable spot as well.
I think he's really close to that first down marker, but I don't think they're going to give it to him.
You might have to call the chains out for a measurement here. The ball is stopped right at the 30-yard line. The chains, it looks like, right at the 30-yard line, but from the opposite side of the field. So it looks like that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take the chains out for a measurement, and oh my goodness, this could decide the ball game. Measurement out on the field. 5:11 left to play. Do the Huskies convert? No. A yard short. A full yard short. And the Highlanders take over on downs. Oh, my goodness.
I thought personally he reached over to about the 28-yard line, what it looked like to me, and that would have been a first down.
Well, he had stepped out. He stepped out where they marked him, but the ball, you're right, the nose of the football was at least a yard or more downfield.
And looks like they're going to mark him actually out about to the 31-yard line. That's an interesting spot, but now North Greene's defense has to step up here. You have to get a stop. You cannot let Cloudland continue to score and get first down.
Yeah, you might just need to start punching that ball out and trying to punch that peanut. On the inside run, it is going to be Grayson Cole, a man possessed this second half. He has run the ball very effectively. This time for a gain of 6 on first down.
Yeah, Cloudland's just going to run the football. They're going to run their normal offense. North Greene needs a big stop, big momentum shift. Fumble,
a miracle.
Bad snap, a loss of 40. You need something.
A safety? Yeah. Now, that wouldn't even help. I don't know if that would even help. 58-43. They trail by 15 with 4.5 to play. Cloudland taking their sweet time as they break the huddle. North Greene going to send 7 men along the line of scrimmage. Direct snap to Birchfield out of the gun, and he'll power it forward in between the guards. A swarming effort defensively, and he gets pushed back before he can reach the 40.
North Greene sent the whole house. They did not have a person 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. They was all on the line of scrimmage because everyone knows what they're going to do. Everyone knows what Cloudland will do. They're going to run the football. They've got 4 minutes left till victory. They're up by 2 scores. They've run the football all game long. Why would you change that?
Just one pass attempt, just one pass completion on the night for the Highlanders. You're right. You do know what's coming. 3rd and 3. 4 downs, I would expect, in play here for the Highlanders. We haven't seen him kick the ball yet here today, except for those onside kicks. A power toss right side to Googe, and he stopped well short of the line to gain. And Cloudland will be forced with a tough decision. North Greene will take a timeout. We'll step aside for a quick break. 3:29 left to play. North Greene, a sliver of life remaining. 58-43 our score. North Greene trails by 15.
With the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them, and while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Greene Shopping Center.
3.5 left to play here from the Tundra. 4th and 3 coming out of the timeout for the Cloudland Highlanders. Just one timeout remaining for the Highlanders, but North Greene has expended all 3 of its timeouts. So a tall task to be sure. North Greene would have to force a stop here on 4th down, score, recover their own onside kick, and then score again, and that's all with 3.5 remaining. So a tough task to be sure.
It is a tough task, but we've seen crazier this season, especially here. We've seen it a lot. So it can't happen. Cloudland looks like they're going to bring on the punting unit to just kind of play the field position game. Understanding there's not much time left. There's no timeouts for North Greene. Smart move by Cloudland.
First punt of the game for either team. And just the 3rd time a drive has not ended in a touchdown. Birchfield will set to square it away. A high wobbling kick. The return man, Brandon Weems, calls for the fair catch inside the 35. So that task gets even taller. Huskies going to have to drive 65 yards to punch it in and then recover an onside kick and then score again with 3:21 left to play.
If you are the North Greene Huskies, you got one thing working for you, and that is your offense likes to move quickly down the field. They don't like going slow. They like moving quick. They like being fast, being aggressive. And you're going to have to do all that if you're going to get back in this game.
A game which was 36-35 at the halftime break. Cloudland has outscored North Greene 22-8 in this second half. Darnell lines up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, a 3-step drop. He's looking for somebody over the middle, but then going to just scramble it after tucking it up. And he gets met before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Forced back by Hernandez. And the Huskies have to move quick. Clock continues to tick. 3:05 left in the ball game.
That's just something offensive line's got to block a little bit for Thomas Darnell. When he gets out of the ball game, he's got to understand where he's at. And understand maybe get rid of the football.
He's looking deep once again. He'll loft one near sideline, and Matthew Boyd reroutes, but it's dropped right at the 45. Unable to haul that one in. A wobbler coming out of the hands of Darnell.
It was a wobbler. It was kind of behind Boyd, but he still adjusted his body perfectly and was right there to make the catch. That's something you have to bring down. I understand it's hard to play it and it's hard to keep it alive with the ground, but you got to be able to bring that one down.
2:44 to play. The clock does stop with the incomplete pass. 3rd and 12. From the Husky 35. Quick screen to the bottom of the field. It's Brandon Weems. He'll dart upfield. He's got a couple of blockers in front of him. He's got an inch of space. And he'll get launched into plus territory after a big-time gain there of 19.
I love the play call, being smart with the ball, understanding you don't have to get a big chunk yard, just hand it off, toss it to one of your best players, let him take it on. And now North Greene quickly to the line, ready to go for the next play.
That hurry-up offense back, and they'll get a play off quickly. Darnell looking right side, and the pass falls short of the intended target. That is Brandon Weems.
Time slowly getting ticked away here. 2:22 to go. Still down by 2 touchdowns, and you're not really that close to the end zone. You need a little bit more of a down heave shot. I get the slants. I get trying to make Cloudland honest, but I would like to go 10 or more yards on pass plays.
2nd and 10 from the Lander 48-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, a running back to the right as well. Darnell directing traffic. Power read to the left side. It's a handoff for Leon Johnson, and he's lucky if he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He's stopped after a gain of about a foot, and there will be an injury timeout on the field for Johnson, who was slow to get up, but very shortly after those whistles blew, he popped right back up.
Yeah, probably just a mild cramp. Understandable for the amount of carries he's had.
Yeah. Yeah, that's to be sure. Leon Johnson tonight, a busy man, toting the rock. 10 carries. But the Huskies have to convert. They've got 2 minutes to do just that. Running clock after the injury timeout. Darnell need to get the snap off. He'll have it, looking to his right on the drop back pass. A man over the middle, it's Brandon Weems, and it's behind the receiver. It gets knocked away, and the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down and the Huskies' last chance.
Very fortunate they got knocked away there. It's going right in the hands of the Cloudland defender.
That's a heads-up play there by Brandon Weems, too, reaching back to knock that away, saving an interception.
It very much was. Landon Barnett was actually the one there. Looked like he was getting ready to intercept that football. And Brandon Weems understood the assignment, knocked it out of the hands. This is the game right here. Thomas Darnell. See what he sees here.
Darnell, the shotgun snap. Huskies trying to convert on 4th down. He'll roll out to his right. He's got some space on the right hash, and falling forward, he's got the line to gain. That'll move the chains for a Marks Propane 1st down. So, wow. He gets stopped momentarily 3 yards shy of the marker, but he'll spin out of it and reach across and get that line he needed. 1:35 on the clock. Clock continues to roll, though, and Darnell quickly to the line. And he'll bobble the snap. He reaches back. He'll find it and tuck it up and run once again. Bouncing off a couple Highlander defenders, but he can't get out of bounds. He'll get taken down on the numbers before he can reach the 30. The clock continues to roll. 1:15 left to play. And Darnell going to call the troops quickly to the line and get a clock down. So the spike will kill it dead at 1 minute, 10 seconds left to play. Good execution there to clock the ball after that scramble. Couldn't get out of bounds.
That was 6 seconds went off the clock between getting down, getting up, and snapping it. That's what you like to see. You can tell North Greene practiced it a little bit to get up, quickly spike, because they knew in these region games it was going to be this kind of game.
Huskies 3rd and 8 from the 35. Darnell the snap. He'll roll to his left. He's looking deep. He'll throw to the end zone. No, it's incomplete. Just past the outstretched arms of Matthew Boyd. Very nearly caught for a touchdown that would have cut the lead in half. But, man, another one of those throws that are just a yard or two too far or behind or too outside. Just a game of inches here tonight, man. I tell you what, Darnell has been close to connecting on several.
Yeah, very much so. He needs to a little bit of the timing's off. It's a split-second timing issue, and it's really cost them on this drive to have 3 touchdowns.
4th down. This one's for all the marbles. Darnell going to fire one deep, a Hail Mary, and it's caught! Brandon Weems, touchdown! The Huskies convert on 4th down on a Hail Mary. Brandon Weems, a diving effort into the end zone. The most impressive catch we've seen all season.
Absolutely unbelievable. When you think all odds are against them, when you think that they're not going to get that ball, because we saw that multiple times, just got him talking about it. He's going to overthrow. He's been overthrowing. That looked like an overthrow ball, but Brandon Weems able to bring it down. Sliding catch, keeps it in his hands,
North Greene's back in this football game.
Well, none of it matters if you can't get the 2-point conversion. They're going to put some more time on the clock. 58-49, the new score from 35 yards away. Thomas Darnell connects with Brandon Weems. Man, what a catch. What a catch. Play of the week candidate for sure. And we're going to get things rolling here. 2 points, or it doesn't matter. Darnell the snap. Quick screen to Matthew Boyd, who gets behind the wall of linemen to the right and waltzes into the end zone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a ball game. We take the break. A minute left to play. Our updated score, it's Cloudland 58, North Greene 51.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the main brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
We wrangle your tangles.
And we welcome you back to the Tundra. The Huskies respond. They'll need an onside kick, but they trail by 7, 58-51. Derek, tell us about our Husky scoring drive for the Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap.
Huskies had the ball for 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Oh, I was reading the wrong one. My bad. So Huskies actually had the ball for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, went 65 yards, and scored on the touchdown. Braden Weems with the catch from Thomas Darnell.
An excellent response, but you got to wonder, did it take too much time? I think it was a well-executed drive. You got out of bounds. You spiked the ball when you needed to, but a minute remains here. You're going to need to recover this onside kick if you have any hope of holding on to this victory. Juan Soto lines up to attempt the onside kick, and they're going to fake it. It's going to be Brandon Weems attempting the onside kick. It bounces out, and the ball is free. The ball is free. And it seems as if Cloudland has recovered it, but that's exactly how you draw it up. An excellent opportunity right out of North Greene's hands, and Cloudland has all but stamped its victory.
Yeah, that is exactly how you drew that off. Bounces in between, looks like 4 different Cloudland players, 2 North Greene players. Unfortunately, North Greene couldn't fall on it. Cloudland gets the ball, and now all they got to do is just knee it.
Oh, it's exactly what you want. The prettiest looking onside kick I think I've ever seen. Brandon Weems comes in from that other side as Soto ran up to fake it. I mean, well executed up until the very end, and Cloudland will head into victory formation, the greatest position in football, or greatest formation that is, and have to knee it twice to walk out of here despite the scare with a victory. The first knee is done as Birchfield hits the turf. They'll need to do it once more by letter of the law. And the Cloudland Highlanders came down from Roan Mountain. They put the Huskies to the test here tonight. A Region 1 single A tilt that lived up to the billing. What a game it was. Cloudland holds on to win by the skin of their teeth. Your final from Baileyton. It's Cloudland 58, North Greene 51. Cloudland will move to 4-1 in Region 1 single A play. North Greene will fall to 3-2. So that second spot in the region up for grabs coming into tonight. Now in sole possession up atop Roan Mountain with a Cloudland win here tonight. A back and forth shootout style affair, and it goes by favor of the Cloudland Highlanders. They come in with 19 players on the roster, but hey, in the end they leave with a victory. Again, your final, it's Cloudland 58, North Greene 51. Coming up, a full post-game recap as we enter our Heritage Community Bank post-game report when we return. This has been the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
We'll welcome you back here to the Heritage Community Bank post-game report. Cloudland comes to the Tundra and gets the win over North Greene, 58-51. As we take a look at some more scores around the area. Unicoi County beats Claiborne 49-14. Unicoi improves to 6-2 on the year. Claiborne drops to 0-8 on the season. Fourth quarter, 1:56 to go in the remainder of this one. Pigeon Forge leads Cott County 53-33. Fourth quarter, Cherokee leads David Crockett 49-28. Third quarter, 2:06 to play. Sullivan East 14, Elizabethan 56, as Elizabethan looks firmly in the driver's seat and improves to 7-1 on the year. Sullivan East unfortunately drops to 0-8 on the year as well. West Greene traveled to Happy Valley, but Happy Valley got the better of them. Stays perfect, 9-0 is Happy Valley now, winning that one 52-0. Daniel Boone unfortunately drops the 1 to Morristown West, 21-7, giving Morristown West their first win on the season. Cloudland, as I mentioned, beats North Greene here in the Tundra 58-51. Tennessee High falls to Sevier County 35-7. Cosby gets the win over Sunbright 30-0, holding the shutout there. Greenville gets the win over Volunteer, gets the revenge for Chucky Doak, but did not put 70 up on them, 42-7. And Chris Sauceman's alma mater, Morristown East, unfortunately drops the 1 to West Ridge 35-0. West Ridge improves to 6-2 on the season. When we come back, we'll have stats, final thoughts, players of the game, and Matthew will join us back here on the Heritage Community Bank post-game report.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
With
the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them, and while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Greene Shopping Mall.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
No more sitting in a waiting room when you're feeling awful. Baileyton Drug Company now offers a all-in-one test kit. Just pick it up at 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton. Take it home and test once for COVID, flu A, flu B. Then call or text us a picture of your positive results, and a pharmacist will fill your prescription for easy pickup, all from the comfort of your own home. Baileyton Drug Company, 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton, or visit our website, BaileytonDrugCompany.com.
One thing we all have in common is the need for a good running vehicle. Here at 107 Tire and Service Center, we make that achievable with our affordable prices on repairs. Our certified techs equipped to work on any major or minor repair from brakes to engine replacements, and we offer high-quality parts and a 12-month or 12,000-mile parts and labor warranty on most repairs. Come and see us at 6256 Irwin Highway in Chuckey, Tennessee, or give us a call at 620-4970.
And we welcome you back to the Tundra here on the whiteout night as the North Greene Huskies fall in regulation to the Cloudland Highlanders. 58-51 is our final. Do have our thoughts and advice on things that happened, but we'll start with coming out of the gates in that second half. A game that was 36-35 at the halftime break. Cloudland led at the break, but then coming out of the gates, Birchfield reels off that long touchdown run. Cloudland leads 42-35 to that point. Then Cloudland intercepts Thomas Darnell. They had the short field to drive, and they take it 40 yards. They punch it in with a Grayson Cole touchdown to bring the score to 50-35 Cloudland. But North Greene would respond 50-43 after a Leon Johnson touchdown run with a Darnell two-point conversion. Cloudland would then put together a 6.5-minute drive and then eventually punch it in after a fourth down conversion after a marathon, and they would eventually punch it in to take the 58-43 lead. But North Greene, with 3.5 to go, puts together a 2.5-minute drive. They take it all the way down the field, and from 35 yards out on their second fourth down of the drive, Thomas Darnell would find Brandon Weems from 35 yards out for the sprawling touchdown catch. Made it 58-51 with 1 minute exactly on the clock. An onside kick that looked promising but eventually fell flat as the Highlanders jumped on it 2 knees later, and that would be our final, 58-51. We do have our final stats from today. We'll start with the team stats for the Highlanders. The victors here tonight, 373 total yards of offense. 96 of that came in the second half. 87 rushing yards on the ground. They passed the ball 1 time for 10 yards. Other than that, it was 363 yards rushing. They were led by Landon Barnett on the ground, 158 yards and 4 touchdowns. All of those scores coming in the first half. Grayson Cole would not be outdone. 100 yards for him, 2 scores in the second 2 quarters. Bryce Birchfield, 83 yards and 2 scores on the ground with his feet. And Walker Googe with 22 yards on the ground for a Cloudland offense that put up 363 yards on the ground here on a Friday night. North Greene outgains Cloudland 401 to 373. They passed for 155 through the air and rushed for 246 yards on the ground. Thomas Darnell, efficient with his legs, 54 yards and a touchdown through that first half, but then finishes with 92 and a score through 4 quarters. Was not efficient in the air in that second half, just 3 of 11 passing. He finishes 10 of 21 for 155, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. The only time the Huskies did not have a drive end for a score was that interception. Leon Johnson, 110 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns for Leon Johnson. He looked great tonight. and Braden Weems on the ground, 42 yards rushing for him. The Huskies' leading pass catcher, Brandon Weems, 123 yards receiving and a touchdown through the air. Kelson Estep, 33 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns for him. That's our stats for our ball game here tonight. Once again, your final, it sees Cloudland knocking off North Greene 58-51. Derek Tarleton will rejoin us when we come back, and we give our final thoughts and where these two teams will go from here when we return. Our Heritage Community Bank post-game report continues next, right here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value everyday Food City.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Well, we rejoin you from a somber scene at North Greene High School where the Huskies fall to Cloudland 58-51. Cloudland takes hold of that number 2 spot in the Region 1 Single A standings, while the Huskies fall to 3-2 in region play. Derek Tarleton rejoins us to give us our 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game.
107 Tire Service Center player of the game for this week is none other than Brandon Weems. He had an outstanding game, involved a lot more in the screen game than the deep ball game, but they did target him on the deep ball, including that touchdown that kind of put the game still in reach for North Greene going in that final minute. Brandon Weems had an outstanding game. 6 catches, 123 yards, and 1 touchdown. He is your 107 Tire Service Center player of the game.
And then as we aim to close this broadcast tonight, Derek, just wanted to get your thoughts on the game that was here tonight. An excellent game, a back-and-forth affair, a first half that nobody saw coming, points left and right, defense optional, a ton of offense, an offensive explosion, but 2 defenses that just didn't come to play tonight. They didn't get off the bus.
Yeah, they didn't. And so I was sitting here thinking about that. Cloudland put up 58 points, North Greene had 51. If you would have told me before the game started that there would be 58 points scored, I would say, okay, that's probably combined teams. Because we're known that both these teams are very physical teams to come out with. But today, both teams said, you know what, we're going to come out here and show we can light up the scoreboard. We can have an offense. North Greene, normally when you put up 51 points, you're going to win easily. Fortunately, the defense didn't help that much. Cloudland's offense was able to get what they wanted to get going. Fourth quarter kind of started off a little janky, but still, overall, unfortunately, you dropped this game. But for North Greene, there's nothing to be disappointed about. Yeah, it's a region game. Yeah, you could have played better. But also, you're still in 3rd place in the region. Cloudland, congratulations on the win. That's now your 2nd place, and you control your own destiny.
Well, look at where these 2 teams go from here. Cloudland improves to 500 on the year, now 4-4, 4-1 in league play. They win back-to-back games for the first time this season. They do have that loss against Cosby this season, and it does make things pretty interesting amongst the region because they do have Unaka next week at home and then Hampton at home to close out the year. Hampton, the buzzsaw that it has been this season, it looks like it's going to be a tall order for the Cloudland Highlanders, but given that they win that Unaka game, let's say they lose against Hampton, you look at North Greene's road from here on out, it's pretty manageable, to say the least. The bottom 2 teams in the region in Sunbright and Unaka, both here at home tonight, the first of a 3-game homestand to end the season. They do not lock up a playoff spot. They needed to win tonight to do just that. Cloudland does, on the other hand, but still going to need some things go in their favor if you're North Greene to have a home playoff game for the second time in school history.
Yeah, definitely. And I think North Greene, that's still very much in reach. You now understand what you have to do as a region, and I believe North Greene's going to come back and execute in the next couple of weeks to lock up a playoff spot. But it does hurt, losing on a emotional game, a whiteout game, first in history. You'd like to get a win on that one at home in the Tundra, where it feels like there's frost on the ground right now because it's freezing cold out here. So yeah, North Greene right now, it's a disappointing loss, but it's not the end of your season loss. This is just a loss you need to learn from, tighten up stuff on defensively, and get out here and be ready for next week.
Yeah, and 2 manageable games, like we said, to end the year, but promising at times tonight with that offense. You think about a team that scores on every one but one of their drives, and that's a good offense any Friday night, but not on a Friday where you give up 58. Derek, final thoughts on this North Greene team moving forward? What do they need to button up these last 2 weeks of the season heading into potential playoff games down the stretch?
Definitely button up the defense of rushing the defense,
run defense.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Sorry, my brain's not working now. But yeah, rush defense, because right now, Cloudland was running all over you. They was going in, out, outside, inside, back and forth, left and right, West Coast, whatever you want to call it. They was doing it, and that's just kind of something you got to clean up, because in the playoffs, that's what teams are going to do. They're going to say, we're going to own the line of scrimmage, and that's how you're going to win in the playoffs. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen the good Greenville teams. We've seen the good Chucky Doak, South Greene, West Greene, North Greene teams, even teams up in higher levels, the SECs and all that. You own the line of scrimmage, you're going to win the football game in playoffs like that. So you're going to have to own the line of scrimmage. That's something they're definitely going to have to work on defensively, offensively. Just a little bit of timing issues on the wide receiver to quarterbacks. But that stuff can easily be cleaned up as well. It just needs to be cleaned up and touched up before playoffs. But you also have to lock up a playoff berth, so you can't look too far ahead.
Right. North Greene now 3-2 in region play. They'll be at home next week against Sunbright. That will be the WIKQ County game of the week. Brian State and Coach Carter will have the call for you on that one. The Green Sports Zone TV game of the week, Bachman Bernard game of the week, that is presented by Tommie's Plumbing, that is, will be Eagleton Academy at South Greene. So once again, back atop Rebel Hill, that will be a fun one over at South Greene, who did lose today in an afternoon contest. And then, of course, Greenville and Granger over on 99.5 WGRV. Ron Patton Richard will give you the call. Greenville now 7-1 after a 4-touchdown performance from Zayden Anderson. A couple things to be on your radar. Besides that, tomorrow, the Tennessee Volunteers, Derek, they play the Alabama Crimson Tide, the third Saturday in October tomorrow. Is that an afternoon game?
7:30 kickoff.
7:30 kickoff. Well, you can catch that on our local airways on 103.1 WIKQ. Coverage for that begins at 7:30. So that's your fun weekend of sports. Tusculum off this week. Next week they'll travel to Catawba. So no, Brian and I, sad, but we'll have to wait another week. Anyways, Monday we got some action coming for you as well. The spotlight game of the week will be Greenville bowling. We will break the barrier and we will cover a bowling game. We will have full commentary and we will have Johnny Painter join us. He will bless us with his presence. That is Monday, Greenville bowling coverage, our spotlight game of the week, presented by First Horizon. That'll do it for us here from the Tundra. Derek, it's been fun.
It has been.
Solid job again, as always. We missed Chris as well, but hey, for our entire crew here, from the coaches we heard from beforehand, from Tyler Nichols, for Mark Brooks, who you can read a full recap from after tonight's events, go to our website, greensportszone.com. You can see a full photo gallery as well as a full story and recap of tonight's contest. Your final, it's Cloudland 58, North Greene at 51. Jimmy Bowman also putting out excellent content video-wise, so head to our socials and check those videos out. You can see that Brandon Weems touchdown catch up close and personal over on our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, what have you, YouTube as well. For our cameraman, Scott Anthony, weathering the storm out here on a cold and chilly night on the Tundra. For our quarterback of the broadcast, Derek Tarleton, I'm Matthew Palazzo saying so long, good night, God bless from Baileyton.
Green Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac. At Bachman Bernard, they go the extra mile to see you smile. By Tommie's Plumbing. If you got a leak, let Tommie take a peek. The Marathon Quick Stop Markets. Run in when you run out. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor. Gateway Ford Nissan. Buy local and save thousands at Gateway Ford Nissan. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day. Casper's Wrecker Service. Providing quick towing to East Tennessee since 1992. Open 24 hours a day. Tusculum Body Shop since 1963. Come see them for all your auto body needs. Main Brand Hair Company. Go experience the Main Brand difference. Food City. Value every day. The Terry Law Firm. The Terry Law Firm fights for you. Small town firm, big city know-how. Terry's Flooring. Add value to your home by seeing Popsy and his team. The 107 Tire Center, your neighborhood tire and auto experts. The IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Baileyton. 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, Greenville's first in-class laundromat. State Representative David Hawk, proud, unwavering conservative leadership. Baileyton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not a number. Heritage Community Bank,